to the Inglorious Ingrates. I am your Dungeon Master, the Daily Dungeon Master. We have with us today Idris.
Ahoy!
Archon. Sakura.
Greetings.
Dastria.
Yo.
And our returning guest, Norden.
Hello.
Who will be transitioning to a less story-centric element and to his own character. Winter will be joining us shortly. Her player is just running a little late today. Okay, where did we leave off?
Hauling ass.
Hauling ass.
We just got back to town, right?
Familiar with the PG-13.
Yeah, we were back in town.
The to be continued loading screen.
Yeah, to be continued loading.
Who had the egg?
You put it down and ran. That was the last you
No,
heard.
the egg is sitting in the nest.
Yeah, we just had to leave it. Yeah, we left it.
Yeah, no, and he said
You left it.
in chat he said you wanted to grab it.
I was still in the nest.
No, he said
Okay.
in chat he said he wanted to grab it,
That's what I thought.
but he didn't actually do it in game.
This is going to be interesting.
Well, we're all gonna freaking die.
Alright.
And you made the your
I
familiar.
I tried to distract it, and it liquefied.
Yeah.
It liquefied to a lot.
I mean, you liquefied my familiar.
Hey, I feel like you need to take a single level of wizard just so you can get that familiar spell.
I have thought about it. Trust me.
Last session, some serious revelations still going on. Somehow, someway, Archon's mate is back. But there's definitely something shady about her. Archon's father. Something's going on with that dude. A lot darker than he used to be. And getting disowned and renounced by his mate returned. And apparently, according to Gilmar, the wise counselor, one of the wise tribal leaders in the entirety of the Stormcrow clan, said that your life is in danger, but made the arrangements with the hobgoblins so you guys could hunt in their territory. And the terms were that you guys were allowed to hunt one wyvern. However, that became problematic because after killing the one wyvern, it was in her nest, another wyvern appeared and is now harassing the party, and as aforementioned, completely ate Dastria's familiar.
Ate or liquefied?
Oh, completely ate.
I just imagined a puff of feathers. Like, just,
Well, there's something to add here. We said that we would only hunt one wyvern. Yes. That did not include
being hunted by one?
being hunted by a wyvern and having to fight itself.
I will say, we can try to do enough damage so we can put it to sleep and run, but even the sleep spell's only a minute and it will very quickly catch up to us, I think.
I'm worried we can take it.
So when the hobgoblin prosecutor is announcing that in court, we'll just claim self-defense.
Correct.
Or
That's the one that speaks goblin, so.
Or we just kill it and haul ass off goblin lands.
That's not gonna make negotiations.
I'm worried that we can kill it at the level that we are.
Oh, I think-
wyverns are tough.
Well, we killed the first one.
Well, we didn't have any.
We had advantage.
We-
It
yeah,
was
we
in
had-
the
we
net
had
the whole
advantage.
Well,
time.
we
We
don't
had
care
a
if
good-
it
we had a good-
down.
we
we
don't
had a
care
good-
if it flies away though,
We
right?
had a good plan.
Yeah.
And this one is just we don't have anything. We
But
just
again-
gotta go ahead.
We don't need it to not fly away. We want it to fly away.
Yes.
So we don't need to hold it down. We just need to get the hell out of Dodge. Heck out of Dodge.
Correct. Yeah, that's what I'm worried that we can fight it. Okay. So my opinion is we all, like I said, we all want this. I
Okay,
think that's
How far away did we park the carriage?
the bottom of the mountain.
Mary?
Winter is driving it to us. Remember, he left, so he's gonna meet us.
Did Winter depart before the?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah,
Winter
you're right,
was
he
staying
wasn't.
with the car, basically.
Start the car!
He always abandons us when we need him the most.
That's true.
Just always do the most shit at the very
Yeah.
end of it all. So, like, what's that saying of him? Saying of us.
And for those at home, Winter's player is also the one who edits these videos, so he's going to catch this later and realize, what did you guys? And he's going to pop in and say the same thing he always says.
Yeah.
What did you guys do?
Yeah,
To be fair, we always get into the most trouble after he leaves.
yeah, you're right.
Oh, then that's your fault, okay?
No, I claim absolutely zero responsibility for that. That's your guys.
Hey, shut up.
Yeah. Okay, so there's a wyvern. He's currently in the process of trying to turn around.
Yeah, because it wasn't after you're familiar, which gave us.
I think that also, like, I was the last in the line, too, because I was staying back to try to command my familiar.
Were you and
Yeah.
Oh, look.
As soon
He
as...
doesn't. Okay. So, the wyvern keeps continuing to harass you guys as you guys go down the hill. However, wyverns, being the type of dragon creatures they are, do not have flyby attack. So he has continued to harass you guys as you leave. Sakura, you had talked about it in the chat. Are you actually taking the egg? Did you take the egg?
Yes, my plan is to
Oh, no.
stick it in my robe and attempt to run as quickly as I can away without breaking the egg.
I want 3 dexterity checks.
Do I see this?
Nope.
Give me a perception check.
Not 20!
look at that.
Holy smokes, we got new dice and in a box.
And in a box.
It works.
Listen, I'm not going to say I broke the curse. This might be the only good roll of the night. We're not playing this game. So, I guess when I see this, I go, what the heck are you doing?
First one, 23.
Mm-hmm.
Second one, same.
Okay.
Last one, 18.
Okay. You managed to get out of the mountain, and the rest of you are running towards the cart or the carriage, and Archon somehow strangely has this moment, start the engine kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh god, if our horses get eaten because of you, I'm going to be so mad.
And as you guys are moving, what's your movement, Sakura?
45 regular, so
Oh yeah,
I'm dashing as well. I can do 90 in a round.
You're going through difficult terrain,
That's fine.
but yeah.
And I've got climbing too, so if I need to take a shortcut or whatever, I don't have to count the climbing as difficult terrain.
Okay. It lands behind you and attempts to bite you.
Oh.
Does 19 hit you?
It does.
It does. That's
Remind me
13
of the
points
conversation
of
again.
piercing damage,
And
and then it's going to try to sting you. However, it's a nat 1 on its attack roll.
Stings us.
Thankfully, they're immune to their own poison. Are you continuing to run to dash?
no, I'm gonna sit here and fight it by myself.
It is going to take its opportunity attack.
We're gonna leave you for bait if you go down with
That's
this stupid
a
egg.
23 to hit.
Come back.
I'm
I'm
down.
ready you later.
No.
What?
Said, okay, I'm done.
You're down?
Unless he does less than 8 points of damage.
Make a con saving throw.
Can I try to save to not crack the egg too?
Oh, that's going to happen after this.
God, I can't catch you anyone other than myself.
Yeah, that's gonna fail.
What is that?
Total 4.
Yeah, no, that's not going to do it.
Wrong side of this.
And you guys, as you guys are running, you hear this massive bull wyvern land, and you hear it snap its jaws at Sakura, and she just drops to the ground. And make a dexterity check with disadvantage.
No.
How bad?
11.
Okay. And the egg goes rolling out of her hands as she falls.
How far away am I? Because I assume I'm bringing up the rear since I'm slower than her.
No, she stopped to go pick up the egg before moving. You actually had a head start because you were not up close to it.
Is it action to pick it up?
I have
Yes.
less movement speed than her, though. So she would have caught up to me at some point.
Eventually, yeah. But again, she's also carrying a large, awkward object.
Okay.
Down the mountainside.
Give me a death save. Sector.
I've got a spell.
Yeah, 20.
Actually, you have plenty of point and are laying there. The
Play dead. Play dead.
The wyvern crawls over you, gently picks up the egg in its teeth, and flies off. Are you taking an opportunity attack from your prone position?
No.
Okay. As if she wasn't already white as snow, Winter looks at you guys and says, "What was that? And why?" You know what? Never mind. Get in the carriage. We're leaving.
Yep.
That was what you wanted to talk to. Okay.
Her eyes twitch a little.
Wait, hold on a second. Actually, I think Winter might be here.
Winter?
Hold on. No, okay, never mind. It kicked us out of the call because
Yeah.
Winter's
Okay.
not here. Never mind. I just saw a message.
Okay. So, you guys are heading back to where? Where are you heading now? Just out of Hobgoblin territory, I assume.
Yeah, well, at some point I do want to actually have a conversation real quick before we leave. We go too far away, I guess. Specifically to Archon.
I'm using 2 bonus actions to heal.
Okay.
This may be a bit of a dumb question, but you have brothers, right?
2 older brothers.
Where were they?
I have no idea.
Are they?
It was unusual that they weren't there
Should we
at
look
the
into
meeting of
that?
the council.
Should we look into that? Because whatever's going on with your tribe, maybe they could be of help.
I don't think it's a good idea to go back right now.
And there's no other way to get in contact with them or try. Okay.
We can always try to lay out. Do your people write to one another? I don't mean that insulting, big fella. I'm just wondering, like, can we send messages to people, or do I need to like send somebody?
You've
Not
seen
to-
the stick figure, so
Okay.
Since I am a Goliath, would they suspect me?
Actually, no, you could be a perfect go-between since you have left on your own and your clan chieftain is giving you leave to come and go as need be to
And my suggestion
keep up with Archon.
is that you go back. Because there's no reason for you to allow what's happened to me to affect you.
Although I'm a little confused.
If you are willing to go back, I would appreciate you maybe looking in to see what you can find out about my 2 brothers. And then when it is time for us to return, we can find you. And you could let us know
Yeah.
whatever you found out.
Do-
I think that would be valuable.
Yeah. The question is, do you know how to write?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna give you an address that if we need information or need to contact you, this is where you're gonna talk to us, okay?
Hold on, I got it.
Hold on, just a moment. And there we have Winter.
Winter!
Okay, there. Hi, Winter.
Hello.
Okay.
What I had told everybody before is that our tribe typically they draw on pictographs and things like that, and oral histories passed down generations and generations. There is a runic type script that they use for numbers and things like that. That's really about it.
Maybe he can write in Goblin.
Yeah. I mean,
Goblins
What have I missed?
yeah.
do that.
You've missed quite a bit.
Yeah. So we
There's nothing happened. We successfully got off the mountain and left.
Sakura almost died.
Everything's fine here.
Nothing absolutely
I'm okay.
Dragging Sakura's corpse behind us.
Sakura died again.
Connection error. With the
Just
beep.
ignore that.
Okay.
But yeah, as long as Norden, as long as we can find a way to contact you or you contact us, that's all we need. Good sir.
I mean, your plan does use regular-sized ravens for Earth mode messaging, so it wouldn't be that difficult for them to send one, for you to send one.
Or send my raven when I get it back. When I unliquefy it.
Yours gotta stay
Okay.
100 feet or something.
No, that's
Yeah.
so I do
Good
that.
idea.
I don't think it has
yeah,
limit other
it would
than that.
be really valuable to have someone on the inside.
Yeah.
Who isn't looked on with.
It's only
Or
one.
should you cause a stirring of the pot? You know what I mean by that? Excuse me. I don't want to use metaphors for y'all's brains. Let me make it
I get what you're talking about.
But
Like
your
teleport.
character doesn't. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
I don't want you to try to kill or do anything to anybody other than just look and or speak with. But don't tell anything about talking to us. You don't know us. You don't know my name. You don't know his name. You don't know nobody's name. Got it?
You got it.
Who am I?
No idea.
Good. I like it. I like the motivation. Gosh darn it. Fucking love
It's like
this game.
Idris.
What?
Oh.
Gosh darn it. This is why we're sending him back then.
Okay, so Norden heads back to y'all's tribe, the Storm Crow clan.
I guess we need to head back to Redfern. So now we have evidence of the poison to secrete from to look at, I guess. And or use.
We got it.
And to use, yeah. So what are we using this for exactly?
Kill them all.
Kill all.
Yeah, those people.
Those people.
Mhm.
Your people.
My family?
Is that what we're doing?
Is that what we want to do?
No,
Are we killing your family?
not ready for that yet.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. So just spitballing ideas, right? We have something going on with Archon's folks. We have something going on with Dastria's folks. We have things going on what happened to orphanage people. We had some things that happened to my people. I know we have a good old ball to go to again at the Baron's house to celebrate the friendship in about a month still.
And also the meeting beforehand.
2 weeks.
2 weeks from now.
Yes, I'm sorry. In 2 weeks. It's going to take you a week to get back,
Which one? I have a meeting with the Baron.
and then you have a meeting with Baron the following week, and at the end of that week is the ball.
Is the ball. Okay.
And I actually have a bit of a plan if somebody wants to help me with it. Specifically, I think you're the best for it. Winter could help too. If Winter wants to help.
You have a plan? Are you sure you don't want to, set that off on somebody else to set the plan and you just be a part of it?
Actually, that's what's happening, actually.
Real quick, sorry. Diedric, as a paladin of a really unknown goddess, by the name of Falinora, she came to you in a dream when you were young, and you've been following her ever since. You serve at this temple and found of good deities in Redfern, and you've been told there's a party of adventurers, one of which is a tabaxi, a white with black specked tabaxi that's staying on a farm in the outskirts of town, that has requested that when word comes that the priest is on his way back to the temple, that you are to go and you are going to be the messenger. That night, Falinora came to you in a dream and said it is your duty to help these people in any way possible, and that is her will. Additionally, her chosen is amongst them. And so your job is to help these people in any way you can. You've gone looking for this particular tabaxi for some time, and looking at searching the farms on the outskirts of town, and until you see this tabaxi driving a coach, really strange coach, painted with black with flames on it, and this tabaxi is just shaking her head as she's just riding along. The coach lifts to one side a little bit, as if there's a lot of weight on one side of it, and it towards the back, so it's actually like angled like this a little bit, and you're just kind of looking like I don't know what
I
to
think he's
do
calling
with
you
that.
fat.
Good. Huh? Oh, you're seeing this, yeah. And you wear a, yeah. I need everybody, as you guys exit the carriage, you see a rider, a dragonborn rider on a horse, on this massive draft horse, with a white cloth around his eyes, and he's approaching you.
Oh God.
I throw a rock at him and see if he dodges out the way.
What the hell?
His shield comes up and deflects it.
Damn.
Yep, you can see.
And I'm the rude one?
I just had to see.
This is just an asshole.
Yeah.
This is how he tests people.
Too bad you're not a monk. You might have been able to catch that and just throw it back.
Oh, that would have been good. That would have been good.
Deflect arrows.
Oh my God.
So
Okay.
can I do a check to see if I've had a dream from Falinora about a dragonborn?
You haven't. It's been strangely
Okay.
quiet, but you do see Falinora's symbol on his shield.
Sorry about throwing the rock. Just wanted to see if you were trying to be blind or not, but it looks like you can at least deflect things.
I slap the wrist and say, "Think fast." Afterwards.
I'm just trying to teach people. This is how you introduce.
I think you just become the jerk of the party.
Go ahead,
Oh.
Patrick.
This is kind of fun.
Apologies
Too
accepted.
late. Step.
What's he saying?
Apologies accepted. I think nothing of it.
I don't think he apologized.
Sakura runs up and throws her arms around him and says, "Our lady has sent us another warrior to join us."
Oh God, we're becoming a cult.
It was not
That's strange.
eyes.
You. I mean, of course, you can.
The three non-believers.
But a female who is very obviously recognizes your holy symbol. That's odd. Nobody recognizes your holy symbol.
How do you know of my holy symbol?
Oh. Another party member, Avery, was chosen by Falinora to help spread the faith, and I'm her bodyguard.
Well, I have been chosen by Valor to be the next chosen one.
Wait, let's say what?
To be
No,
the chosen one?
no. You were to go guard the chosen one.
Sorry, the chosen one.
Fight!
Sorry.
It's my bad.
Of a party too, there's already a schism.
I'm already cooking the popcorn.
I apologize. I'm very curious.
No, it's fun party.
You don't understand. I'm the chosen one to guard the chosen one.
Fight!
I think he's saying he's the guard of the chosen one.
You've been demoted.
To be fair, don't you have a kingdom to
Or
rule?
she's asked for addition. She's Falinora's called for backup.
I think we should have a chosen one, chosen guard.
To be fair, you do fall in combat a lot.
When I get back
I get back up.
Nat 20.
I get knocked out, but I get up again. So, then what's your name, good sir?
Sorry. Alright. My name is Digrich. Somebody spell that for me.
DIEDRICH.
What is called die.
Okay. Come on, Richie, Rich.
Go die!
I choose you.
We gotta roll the die.
Okay.
Okay. So,
Died rich.
Diedrich.
Okay.
So you died rich. Hopefully you be born.
Oh my god. What does Felicity see in you?
Just humor. What can I say in his face?
Alright.
So why now? Why now?
Well, the Great Goddess has told me to make my way over. She's told me to come and protect, guard the chosen one. So.
And the temple sent you to tell about the priest.
The temple has told me to come and tell you that the priest is coming.
Oh.
There's
What?
a temple.
And a priest?
The priest.
The traveling
For
priest.
the one that
the
comes-
Inglorious
that comes-
Sisters.
Oh, the priest. Oh.
I didn't slap you that hard.
And where is the priest?
What was that?
He's supposed to be arriving any day.
It's supposed to be around anything now.
And where does this temple?
In Redfern.
You know where that
Redfern.
temple?
It's the local Redfern temple. It's not Valenora's temple.
Oh. Okay. I was confused. I thought Valinora had a temple. Okay.
No, Valinora.
I mean,
used
I
to have
didn't-
a temple.
I didn't expect that she would have a temple.
No. No, there is a temple to the good gods in Redfern. More of a pantheon.
A park.
type thing.
Yeah.
A pantheon sort of thing.
So are you like totally blind, or is that just a
I'm
veiled
completely
sort of
blind.
type?
How many fingers am I holding up?
Interesting.
I feel like this is getting very rude.
Why? Because I asked him how many fingers I'm holding up.
How many fingers is it just holding up? None. Tells you that you aren't holding any.
What?
I'm gonna go summon my familiar again.
Okay.
Bye.
Gotcha. Well, so if you gotta protect Avery, do we also fall under that umbrella of protection?
If you do accompany him, then I will. Her. I will also aid in guarding you guys.
A 12 inside check.
Yeah, I mean, this Dragonborn it seems to be along the same lines as Sakura and Avery, but obviously of a different sort. Built like a brick outhouse, not quite to Archon, but he definitely looks like he can hold his own.
I have some out-of-house experience.
Indeed.
Those were some shabby wooden
That was
ones.
pretty shabby.
They weren't made out of bricks.
And maybe if they were, things
It's
would have
a
been
very long story. You'll
You're a goblin.
have to read about it.
I'm a dwarven outhouse.
Alright, seems legit. I mean, he's gonna have to do something to convince me, but sure, if we want him to tag along.
What background did you choose for your character?
What color are
Noble,
you? Are
please be
you
noble.
I'm, I think I'm bronze. Yeah, bronze. I'm a bronze. And then dark brown. I'm looking for
So let Josiah
Please be noble. You can't break this chain.
Hermit.
Everyone except Winter now has some connection to nobility.
That you know of.
That Winter, we gotta marry Winter off to a noble. Damn
Oh,
it!
wow. Sage, cool. Oh, that's even better. I like it. That actually fits really well with being a
Now we gotta marry you
paladin
off to somebody.
of Valinor.
Well,
Okay.
Sounds like we've got the priest, which I know I really want to take care of. Y'all don't have to. If you have your own business, maybe Winter, I saw some interest, but I don't want to drag everybody into it unless y'all choose to.
I would say I'm here to help.
I definitely want to go find out more about this fellow.
Okay. So all we know is they show up, right? They show up to the sanatorium.
They show up to the temple first.
And we kidnap
They check into the temple, and they go. Then they work at the temple for a day or two. They go to the sanitarium. They do their thing at the sanitarium, and then they leave. Go back to the temple for another couple of days, and then they leave onward.
Here's something though. Do we want to bring your mentor along since he seems to not be with it all the time?
I think he's mostly okay. And I think being a little farther away from the estate helps. I think his sister's a little worse off if you can only do one.
Yeah, because he only does one and done, right?
That's what you've heard.
Yeah, so my idea is to maybe get him at the temple, talk to him. You know, let's be cordial about it. No reason to, frighten him off
Rough him
or rough him up. Yeah, exactly. We can
Well,
be civilized folk. We
Can
can
we?
be civilized folk, you. We can be civilized.
Why would you rough them up? You may curse your sister and make her worse if we do something.
I mean, I'm not
stupid
gonna
like
mention
He's not a
that.
very good priest, is he?
Yeah, no, we're not gonna do anything like that. Ever.
You throw a rock at a blind guy, really only. No, it's good
I
bad.
want something happens. I'm just testing the new guy. You gotta do some hate.
You want something out of the blind guy too?
No. I just want to make sure, but I think it's better to intercept him there as opposed to waiting to get him to the temple. I don't know. These are my thoughts. Just to go talk to him.
You're the boss.
This is my idea. Unless Winter, do you have any other suggestions since you were the one that found this information? No?
No, nothing to add.
Okay. Well, it might help. I'm gonna need somebody to teach me some really priestly things because I'm gonna try to put on a robe of disguise, look very priest-like myself. You know?
Okay.
I got nothing.
At least want to act the part. If you know what I'm saying. Get into my role as a priestly figure.
Need a magic stick.
Thank you.
Pause recording. No, it's fine. Gail just pause it. Thank you.
So, but do we know any other information? If this priest, has he got an entourage around him the entire time?
He has nobody. He shows up by himself.
And he doesn't talk to anybody else?
He does. He sits there and ministers to people.
Ministers.
Mostly he does. Mostly what he's known for is doing death rites.
Yikes.
Okay.
Do we want him to cure your sister?
We're gonna find out. So.
Do we need to cause some death to have him come to life?
No. We're okay. Unless there's something adversely about to hit us, let's keep
Why
it
is this
peaceful.
town never?
We can't all ride ravens, okay?
It's true.
Just learn to deal with it. I promise you, we're gonna have some big old fun after this, okay? We're gonna get you a nice little ride. Gonna be some blood and guts, and you're gonna see eagles flying, and you're just gonna love it, aren't you, little guy? Huh? You're just gonna love it.
Hopefully not at the party.
No. Sometime soon.
Then again, that actually might be kind of fun.
Yeah, maybe I want to stick my neck out for the bear. Maybe somebody can just take his neck straight off.
That'd be nice.
See? People please. That's what we're doing. Yeah, we can have that. All right.
Big spell sheet.
All right. So, what are you guys doing? What's the plan?
Well, how soon does he arrive?
Supposed to next couple of days, right?
Yeah, he's expected as soon as the next day.
If anyone's willing to give me an hour or two, there's something I want to do. That'll be pretty quick, hopefully.
I mean, you
Are we
guys.
back at the farm?
Yeah, you're back at the farm, so you guys can take a long rest if you want. I mean, obviously you've taken a long rest since then because it's about a week's ride. But yeah,
Is Irby's father still gone? Or is he dead?
No, he's back.
He came back later that
he did not
night.
come back.
Oh, okay.
He's go to party, but he's not back yet.
Didn't we send him off to investigate something?
He was investigating some things.
Yes, he was investigating some things, and then
Yeah, something
Just-
real privy to.
yeah, and then you have Musi and Airmill who are trying to look up information on that assassin.
The worst spy network ever that we have here.
I'm gonna take the big giant wyvern tail and drop it on his mother's dining table.
Oh God.
But
She just
we
looks
need,
at it and goes,
we need to process this.
At least he didn't bring the head in.
Can you take that to the barn to do that?
Well, actually, we need to take this to the poison man.
The poison man.
It's the tail. The tail has the poison.
That's what he did.
That's what he's
Oh,
got.
you took the head.
No, he took the stinger
Yeah.
plus that much of the tail.
Which
Yeah.
I really wish I would have taken the head now.
Didn't we take it?
You decapitated
I
it.
decapitated it, but I didn't take the head. Because the skull would have been a nice addition to the carriage.
Yeah, no. So explain to me. Take it to the poison.
Remember
expert.
we went and had the poison That's where we found out about the lightning
I don't think I was there.
I think Avery's dad found that out for us,
Uh-huh.
and then I think because he went to talk to the poison guy.
Because we need to take this and
Confirmed.
I mean, we could sell it.
extract the poison.
Apparently, it's very wrong. Actually, ooh.
No, the whole point was to get the poison seed.
On what?
Well, okay. We want to know who bought the poison. And we're like, we want
That's
to.
why the assassin. They were looking for the assassin. The other
Yeah.
two were investigating
So
the assassin.
actually, I wonder if it would be worth it to spread rumors in a bar that we're selling beaver poison. I'm sorry, did I say that wrong that time?
Yeah.
Wyvern poison. Listen, don't give me that crap. Wyvern poison, and see if we can bait someone into buying it from us that might be our assassin. We don't have to actually sell it to them, but we can try to bait it.
I think you should go tell them it is weaver and poison.
Listen, we went over this. I learned the word from books, so I pronounce
I
it
will
weird.
tell you that in
I
this
will
town, I will tell you that Dasher would not have likely wanted those rumors going around
What?
that people are openly selling wyvern poison. It is widely known to be an assassin's poison.
But I do.
Would
Never said openly.
Would we make an enemy
Whispers,
of the,
whispers, man.
There.
the one who does sell it?
Probably.
Well, let the Baron know that we're tracking the assassin this method, and that's why we're doing it. And, don't be shocked to
It's
hear.
not worried about the Baron. It's worried about the king.
Listen. Never said it was a good idea.
People play your games. I just want to get hold of the poison.
Fair.
Okay. Yeah.
It was an idea.
You can get the poison for the day before. I'll help you out with whatever you're needing to see. But I would like at first light to go with my sister to the temple,
Mm.
and that's where I will be.
Oh yeah, we can do your thing first. Like that's
That's the next day.
oh if we. Actually, we could do my thing today technically without resting. Here's the basic idea. I want to get someone with detect magic, get eyes on that crystal because we don't know what the second crystal does. It may just be a control for the original one, or it could be another enchantment crystal. I just want
the
to.
magic stick detect magic?
Yeah, but the problem is I can't use invisibility and that. They're both concentration. However, you cast detect magic on yourself. I cast invisibility on you. You climb over the wall and take a peek at it. We're good.
Yeah, but I also remember I was pretty susceptible to the whole mind working thing as well.
It doesn't matter. You're not looking at me. You're just looking at that. You just tell me what magic it's using.
But the conversations with you might be lost.
Then we write. I can write it down. I'll be.
I think we're gonna see if we can find a scroll with either invisibility or detect magic on it.
Well, no, we have both spells, but I just can't.
I have the identify spell.
You can use a scroll and then concentration.
No, they're both concentration spells.
Did you catch what?
He said. Yeah, you said identify.
Yes.
Yeah.
Doesn't that take like 10 minutes?
Only if you're casting it ritualistically.
I mean, how about that then? You want to climb up that wall? I cast invisibility on you, and you figure out what the heck that thing is.
Well, it does take 1 minute and a pearl worth 100 gold.
We have that. Because I also have.
All right.
I have identify too, actually. Didn't even think about using identify until I was using magic. Because I'm an idiot.
Can I just ask what term? How good are you at stealth?
Invisibility.
She's good at stealth.
Well, no, I'm just kind of wondering for game attack wise. We still have to do stealth rolls though.
Yeah, but he also had said before that that estate was a lot less watched than the Targana estate. So it's, I mean, might be an issue, but I'm not worried about it. Is my point. The invisibility spell, he's just sitting on the wall. He doesn't need to go over it.
Okay.
It's not a huge risk.
Because it's out there in like a courtyard or something.
Literally, it was my spider
Like
familiar
a
climbed
garden,
over
right?
it.
The edge of the garden.
Yeah, it was literally the spider climbed over it and went, there it is.
Oh,
But I was invisible behind the wall, so I couldn't drop invisibility to detect magic. So yeah,
yeah.
want to help me with that?
Yeah, Winter, if you want to.
Yeah.
Okay, I need a stealth check then from you.
I'm like 3 blocks away. I have to
Yeah.
cast invisibility.
So Winter's invisible, and he's got the wand, or he's going to do identify.
Yeah, I give you the pearl. And at this point, I hopefully have recast my familiar, but it's probably not a big worry.
That's a 19.
Woo!
Okay. And I assume anything I tell you, you plan on relaying verbatim to the party.
Most likely.
Oh, I don't like that.
Okay, I need a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, crap. Oh, no. glad it was one of those things I haven't been to again somehow.
Another 19.
Woo! Winter for MVP.
I need to know exactly, are you going to tell them everything or not? Or do you want me to send it to you first and then you decide?
Send it to me first, then I'll decide.
Okay, cool.
I don't like this.
Yeah, like you don't withhold information from
Hey.
My opinion of Idris keeps going down and down, by the way. Yeah, I thought Dassery was the mean one. You threw a rock at a blind man.
Wasn't lying. Apparently he was able to knock it out. I was testing. Y'all didn't know what his capabilities were. I was trying to get intel. Gosh darn it.
You gonna like push over a small child because you're not sure if it's actually a small child just for intel? You gonna beat up a nun? You gonna rough up this priest?
Smith shot a kid that was an alien, obviously. I had all the things to tell me like this.
And this you're doing this towards the one at the Baron's estate, correct?
You just thought he was a well-dressed
Makes
blind beggar, and you're trying to chase him away with a rock.
Yeah, I didn't like a rabble. With us.
What a chaotic session. As soon as Avery leaves, all of our alignments shift.
Get that religion out of here.
I said alignments. Because she's the good kid in the party. What's your alignment? Or are you not allowed to say? For now?
Not sure.
Not sure, fair, valid.
Is Avery a good kid? I mean, she's learning roguish stuff from her father.
Okay, I sent it to you on Messenger.
You also, I sent it to
I
the group
know.
chat.
I know, I sent it to the group chat. Nobody read that.
I know.
Proud of you.
We're gonna give Winter a chance to read this real quick.
Should I go grab a refill?
Yeah, this is a good time to take a short break. We'll be back after these messages.
Have you ever been afraid for your life walking back to your home after sunset? Does the local bully kick your rear end up and down the street every other day? Is it your dream to work as a bouncer at your favorite tavern? Perhaps you just need to lose a few pounds, or you just want to work on your skinny dipping beach bod. Maybe your job has you stressed out beyond control and you're looking for an outlet. Whatever the reason, Sakura's School of Self-Defense can help you reach your health and fitness as well as protection goals. Our certified expert instructors have a lifetime of experience in martial arts and are anxious to share their knowledge with eager and willing students. Your first lesson is on the house, and returning survivors will be invited to enroll in continuing classes at a special introductory rate. Participants will be required to sign a liability release form so that Sakura School of Self-Defense instructors and students will not be held accountable in the highly unlikely event of injuries inflicted by or sustained as a consequence thereof, including but not limited to trips, falls, sprains, contusions, muscle strains, /tears, inflammations, lacerations, hyper/hypothermia, fractures, shin splints, dismemberment, eye gougings, evisceration, heart attack, drowning, blindness, deafness, paralysis, coma, or any other illness or soreness that the student may incur, including death. We look forward to sparring with you soon at Sakura's School of Self-Defense. Slots are limited, so drop by and sign up today.
Welcome back, everyone. Back to the Inglorious Ingrates. We left off at an interesting conundrum. Winter went in invisible using the wand, or having invisibility cast upon her using the wand of Detect Magic, and to get some intel on the big red gem that's set up very similarly to the blue one that's in the Targana estate. And by the way, I'm sorry, I gotta send you something else.
What? Don't look at the chat.
Nope, I'm sending it to you via text.
Just remember, if you don't tell us what this does, I'll hate you forever.
No, you won't. Good to know.
I will hate him. Dassery won't know.
Yeah,
I will hate him.
That's real. Well, think like you did a good job.
So here's
Just
what
remember how bad the chat is because of me. I'll make it worse.
here's what you do. You just lie to us.
I could do that.
Dasher just needs to accept.
Okay, so I just sent you the text with
So you take a level of wizard, I take a level of barbarian. Hell yeah.
Very angry wizard. Just remember, you can't cast spells when you're raging.
I know, it's the only reason I haven't crossed
Well, I can't multi-class in wizard because my intelligence is
That's why I said I hope your charisma is just high enough so you can take the level of sorcerer. Hey, look, I can do exactly what you can do.
The only thing I can multi-class in is fighter and ranger.
Listen, like,
And
okay,
why
next
would you?
level. Next level, we get 2 skill points. You could get there in a couple levels. Right? That's right.
No,
Yeah, really.
actually, I kind
Villain
of like
box.
Crystal's ideas. There's a feat.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
Wizard barbarian.
Oh,
wizard. I can do a
Okay.
spell.
It's got yes, very much. It's got
I got a better example.
Okay, so you've cast your spell. There have been people that have walked by, including the Baron himself, the Na Baron Chiskra, and they seem just walking by. Give me a perception check.
Mm.
12.
You heard some passing message mention of the word off-site location.
From the Baron or the not Baron?
It came from one of them. You weren't sure who you heard it from, but you heard the words off-site location.
This is all winter here in this right?
All winter.
Yeah, 'cause I think I thought about like sending my Raven out there, but I think it's probably wouldn't have. That'd be retconning.
Okay, what do you do in winter? Are you bugging out, sticking around? Because I think invisibility only lasts for how long?
An hour.
An hour. So you have about 40 minutes.
I'm not gonna risk it. I'm gonna get out of here.
Gonna scare the crap out of me on accident or on purpose.
Okay.
On purpose.
You are out of the estate, several blocks away, meeting where Dastry is. What do you do?
Can I tap her on the shoulder?
You most certainly
Can I roll a check to see if I hear him
Give me
coming?
a perception check at disadvantage.
That's nat 1. You catch her picking her nose.
And just
Oh.
Dastry.
She's gonna piss herself.
The Baron hears a shriek from 3 blocks away.
Oh no.
Okay.
Ah!
Don't worry, it's just me.
I know that now. So, see anything? What'd you find out?
Well, it seems that Crystal is... It makes people think you're dead.
So it's the exact same as the other one.
Who knows?
It appears so. I haven't identified the other one, but if we're assuming that's what that did too.
I mean, that's functionally what the other one did, as far as I can tell. Okay, so there's 2 of them. That's interesting. Which means I'm immune to it for some reason, but you all aren't. Thanks for not forgetting me, by the way. Do you relay any of the information that you heard from the Na Baron, or are you keeping that secret?
Yeah, they mentioned an off-site location as well. I'm not entirely sure what they were talking about there.
That's something to look into, though. That's useful information. Thanks for helping me. And now to the priest.
Yeah, well, I want to converge everybody, and I want to like at least talk about some things because I just want to address what's going on because we haven't sat down and tried to think about what is the big picture here. Like we were seeing events here, seeing events over there. I just really, really want to figure out what is the big picture. Like who is the
That's
main
where it
ghost?
brings you to her barn and shows you her wall.
And there's different colored yarns connecting things all over the spot. And she's sitting,
Where do you want to begin?
she's sitting there with a lit cigarette, like, I got a few
She's
ideas.
never smoked in her life except for this one time.
I've drawn all the pictograms for
A lit cigarette in one hand, a cup of coffee in the other.
Yeah.
I'm not an addict.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna get tangled up in them, not gonna lie.
Oh, man, he's blind.
Get out of here.
Yeah. It's like that one character from The Last Airbender. It's like, I think they're all wonderful drawings. Why, thank you.
Wait.
Wait. Yeah. Anyways, so You guys are back at the barn, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Dasris. Okay,
That's
Dasris.
what you've been hiding in the cow barn, huh?
Dasris, going to go ahead and unload your theories.
Oh God, I don't actually was joking. What's the other one? Okay. So my theories all center around the Gnaw Baron. Like, there's a lot of different things going on here.
Difference between the Baron and the Gnaw Baron?
His nephew, right?
The Gnaw Baron is the heir, is what you call the heir apparent to a barony.
Who is going to inherit the Targana estate as well as the Mogumir estate.
Okay.
So, by logic, he's the one who's most likely to, I don't know, benefit from this. Now, I don't know whether or not him... I mean, the fact that he's on the Baron's estate's a little weird. I don't know if he's immune to that stuff, too. But this is my guess. But here's what we know. There are 2 crystals, both of which are meant to make people forget me. Although we didn't get a chance to identify the other one, but we can assume. That's the effect. We know that somebody tried to assassinate the Baron, or maybe you, but more probably the Baron, which is very out of character for my father, so there's something weird going on there, but we don't know what that means, because we can't find the assassin. The Baron and my family have been enemies for a long time, so them working together is highly suspect and odd, especially when the heir is coming from the Baron's side. Is there anything else I'm missing, information-wise?
So my question is, what is the connection with the orphanage as well as the the taking of like the land going bad in several like farms? Because my sister's farm went bad. Avery's farm is starting to go to start going bad too. They're having trouble growing crops. I have a theory that it's because somebody is casting something to make it go bad, which therefore brings the...
Who owns that land?
Correct. It brings up who will own the land if these people cannot afford to take care of
Arnold's
it.
family owned that land. At least the land here, Avery's land.
Correct.
So that's what other lands were targeted. Also, really quick question. Winter, did you share that information about the offsite location? I don't think you ever answered that.
Yes,
Oh, sorry.
I did.
Yes, you did. I'm so sorry. My memory.
FYI, the Mogumirs are the Mogumirs own your sisters.
So that's going to the Gnaw Baron. That's who owns it now.
So, should we do some more information gathering and figure out what other farms were targeted? Because
I don't think that's going to be useful because we know farms are going to be taken to give somebody more land, which means
why do you know that?
because you have more land, more things you need, more power you hold, right? It's more of your possession. It's more mine.
So are you saying people are screwing the land up in order to buy it cheaply, like a scam?
Or take it over, yeah.
Okay. But again, I think the question becomes then who owns that land, so who'd be willing to sell that land, and then whoever is the last one is there another house? I mean, it could be possible there's another house here that's in the mix that's none of the ones we've seen so far, hence the assassination attempt.
I'm going to disagree. I think those are very much so linked as the getting, the land being taken up more, as well as the land going bad, which could possibly lead to people getting kicked off and or bought off by somebody who has money, which is somebody who's about to inherit a lot of money. This heir apparent who's going to have a lot of power and money for both houses to own a lot more.
But you said that some of the land going bad was the Mogumir land.
Yeah, that was my sister's, and now Avery's.
But why would you poison your own land?
To get the land and not be tenants.
Ah.
So you have to rent control and use it for something else.
But okay, here's a question for you. I assume Dasher would understand the laws. Would that make any sense? But wouldn't you just be taxing the people on your land anyway? You wouldn't need to own it directly?
Correct. It's part of your fiefdom.
Yeah, so it makes no sense to do that.
Oh, I see. I thought. Huh?
There is another point here I want to say, but Dasher wouldn't think of it, so I can't say it.
Question.
It's very out of character for him.
Where is Dasria's mentor right now?
With us, I believe.
He's on the farm. He's hanging out in the barn.
I assume he's listening to this nonsense.
Yeah, he's listening to all
Single
of it.
proud tear.
I have a question for him.
Okay. Yeah, can I help you?
Can you explain the specifics of magic item attunement?
Yes, I can. And he tells you that, by the way, does not require attunement.
Does not?
What you are talking about, if it's what I think you're talking about, does not require attunement.
Fair enough.
Oh,
That just raises even more questions.
Could you share with the class?
That sounds like a.
Not yet. I'm working on a theory.
You sketchy.
Okay.
Mm.
So, the land's going bad. Sure, I'll throw it out the window, but it still doesn't answer the factor of why the orphanage was taken down, why you have, what was it?
Well, and was the orphanage, was it owned by the Targanas or just funded?
Sponsored and funded by the Targanas.
Okay. Well, this is just an attempt. At least we kind of get some ideas. I didn't know the whole theory about, the non-baron wanting to take it.
Just because Daster wouldn't come up with it, the player is more than willing, more than able to.
I was hoping he would say something so I could latch onto that.
Yeah, so what was it? You have this pre-sanatorium people, like that's another weird thing why, and I know my sister, she used to work for Montgomery. Sounds like she was subject to something by somebody in the house to then cause her to go insane and or put her in the sanatorium. Silence your mentor because he knew you.
But why do that? The mentor just would have been there at the house. He would have forgot like everybody else.
Even though he'd left the house a couple, 2 or 3 years ago, and that's when.
Yeah.
Oh, that was another thing that I guess we need to add to the list of things we know. So he had left literally 3 weeks before her brother died, which is about when things got kind of funky. And then it's been 2 or 3 years since then. But every letter that she sent to him, he got, but he sent them back and they never got to her. But the Montgomery's control the post office. So the Montgomery's appear to have been keeping her from keeping contact with their mentor.
I don't recall why did he leave the house?
I think the official story was just he had other things to do.
He was well renowned as a tutor amongst the nobility, and so after his employment was more or less
he was
completed,
done teaching her.
he was done teaching, he would move on to another house.
So he wasn't present at the house to be susceptible to the crystal, so he was handled a different way.
He did return to that house. He had returned to that house on a number of occasions, and that's why he knew about the crystal.
Why did he return to the house?
Who's
I'd ask him that.
Because I don't rightly recall.
I think we're missing something on the mentor.
There's definitely a question there we need to answer.
What is the question? Ask your mentor.
But that we just asked, which is, what were you doing there? And his answer is, I don't know.
At which house? Montgomery house?
Her house.
Targana house.
Targana house. I guess this whole brother thing now, this seems super weird that he's dead. Can I make some type of intelligence roll or some sort? Would this help me to just kind of piece information? Or...
Sure, go ahead.
Oh, sure. Because even this is starting to stress me out.
I'm trying to figure out what way I could push it in character.
Fuck. That's going to be 14.
14. The best you can suss out is that everything you guys have been dealing with is somehow related, but you can't. She has her strings going all over the place, and somewhere those strings intersect, but you can't seem to put your finger on it.
What did you say?
I actually think I can.
Okay, so please
Do
don't
what?
say something.
Dacia, question.
Yeah?
How much time did you ever spend in the orphanage?
None.
You were there at the dedication, and that's about it.
There you
And
go.
you were as a small child.
Did you know any of the children who went there?
No.
Because honestly, if I had to guess, it seems... I don't know.
It seems... I don't know.
Trying to word this right, and it's not wording right.
Word it wrong, then. Before I explode.
So you actually have the red strings and stuff up on a wall?
Yes,
somewhere?
she 100%
She
has a
literally
conspiracy board.
pulls a couple of blankets, saddle blankets aside, and you see this massive wall about like this size in here, filled with different things and strings
Wait a
going
second.
from
I
different
have a
places.
question.
Please.
If the heir apparent becomes heir and he gets like all this holding, does he have more power than the king?
Not more power than the king, but the king does have a daughter eligible for marriage, his only child.
Who better than to marry him than the most powerful person?
And then the king dies, and then he becomes heir because he's apparently got some schemes going on killing off heirs, which makes the point. Who does the heir apparent answer to?
Killing off kings.
The Knobberer makes the most sense.
So that's what I'm saying. The Knob Baron. Who does the Knob Baron answer to?
Presumably, maybe
The
the
Baron.
Baron, or if he's scheming on his own. I don't know anything about him. I've never met him. Right?
Well, y'all are assuming
Have I?
that.
You can't rightly recall.
Wait, do I find that suspicious? Or is that just like I don't remember?
What did you
Is that a thing that's suspicious or not?
He's saying he should not ever recall meeting the Knob Baron.
Oh.
You know, here's the thing. If you went to a lot of these parties, you hung out with all the ladies, it would have made sense. But then again, your houses are basically at war on the DL.
Do I recall hearing his name before?
Oh yeah,
Okay,
Just
I don't know if I've met him before.
just great. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I'm aware of him, but I just never really met him on the social scene. Sorry that I'm aware. Sorry if I
Don't
never
recall.
I passed that along, I guess.
Y'all are assuming that this is something based in this kingdom. This
no.
may not be.
I've wondered
I
that
think
too.
that's what I'm getting at. I think there was somebody hired pulling the strings of the Knob Baron, setting them things to mess with people's minds, to mess with the lineage of the kingdom, to then maybe possibly be absorbed into another larger kingdom, maybe like a kingdom to the north of us.
That's where he pulls another
Maybe
sheet down, and there's another, like, there's a big question mark with a bunch of strings connected. Like, we don't know, but that's an idea too.
Is this the capital?
Yes, you're
More
the capital of
strings.
India.
Huh?
More pretty strings.
How do you know? Can I ask you a question? Though?
Sure.
What did you say about like me as a player versus Dastria? Because like, there's something I was.
It is perfectly acceptable for players to throw around ideas, and I think that the difference between a player's ideas and a character's ideas are a blurred line that I generally allow.
Well, and again, for me, this is the line that I'm only weird about because it's a specific bias. But I think I've got a way to say it that can maybe get someone else to ask the questions instead of
Then
Dastria.
go ahead.
Which I guess she like screws around with some of the strings a little bit and goes, yeah. All the strings come back to the Targana household, and I don't know what to make of that. I'll leave it at that. And I don't actually know anything, by the way.
Who seems to be the only people who are trying to do anything about these weird situations? Us.
Yeah.
Fine.
People have been gone for 6 months, 8 months now.
Who are backed by Falinora.
We were
So
gone for 6 months when you guys finally got back.
we got Falinora's team versus the world, basically.
Wait. Quick question.
Okay.
When the assassin attacked, who did he hit?
We don't know.
He actually
Sure.
hit Idris,
But we don't know if it was aimed at Idris or at
or at the Baron,
the Baron.
and that the assassin said House Targana sends its regards.
So supposedly, they sent the assassin.
Or wanted people to believe that anyway.
And well, the poison was bought by a representative of the House Targaryen.
Yeah. And Dasria's
The poison that was used.
That's
Her
reasonable.
father wasn't known to use assassins.
That's my point is that Dastria does not consider her father a viable suspect in this case because of past biases.
I don't think so either. I think it's all being used in frame.
There are a lot of weird, like this is out of character. There's a lot of weird connections that make it seem like it definitely could be him, but Dastria 100% doesn't think it's him.
But your brother, did we ever confirm? He was like, we found the body and people confirmed the death? No?
I mean, there's definitely a heavy sigh when it comes to that.
Officially, right?
The way she explains it is, he is officially missing. She has made a personal choice to believe he is dead, despite evidence to the contrary that highly suggests he's likely alive somewhere and hiding.
If the assassin was going not after Idris, but the Baron, and if your family was praying, what would be the benefit of your house falling and leaving only the Baron's house left?
That's the question.
There are only 2 houses major in the capital.
Exactly. So if there's suddenly one,
Well, that's, I guess, the question with the assassination thing is it almost seems like, because what kind of assassin fails and then goes, this is the people that hired me?
I'd like to point out, this is from a character perspective. Idris was down and bleeding.
So would we assume that Idris was the target then?
Not necessarily.
It was just really strong enough to kill him one shot.
See, here's something that I would like to point out quick. Everybody in town whom we've talked to has believed that Dasri was dead.
Yeah.
Except for one person.
Yeah.
Who two. Well, 2. But one of them was in the insane asylum, so he doesn't count.
What's the second one, other than my mentor?
Felicity, who recognized you immediately.
Yeah, but she also fell back into it as soon as we came back into the estate.
Did she?
Yeah.
I don't remember
She had that weird look.
Yeah.
I mean, unless we believe she was lying about that, which...
It wouldn't surprise me. I don't know if that whole thing she has going on is real or not.
I mean, she's been an idiot as long as I've known her. Right?
So,
Maybe we should at least ask her questions?
Idris.
just out of the blue, but when I played as Norden, and since I speak Goblin, I did talk to one of the hobgoblins about the poaching that happened apparently.
Yeah.
They said that there's been a person poaching wyverns for the poison or something like that.
Yes, with tails cut off.
Yeah. So those poachers might be linked with it.
Oh, we know that, because the wyvern poison was used in the assassination.
So, probably investigating the hobgoblins. Maybe someone saw like a symbol, anything like that. Any leads? That's the thing that I'm looking into.
That Felicity thing makes a weird amount of sense, and I hate it.
I'm trying to talk to her and see what she would know. As maybe, because what'd you say? Her dad? I haven't met her dad yet.
But her dad might not want... Oh.
Remember, it's only Mom is the house matriarch right now.
Well, Mom might not want you around. That may have been an assassination attempt on you, because she may need to be free to marry some... Wait, now it's only...
No. I think that's a relying on somewhere else.
I don't know.
And yeah, this was House Targaryen because you're the one who introduced her to Idris.
Or because if the king finds out the Targanos are trying to assassinate people, he can banhammer them, essentially.
Yeah.
The thing is, I'm pretty sure that whole thing is a frame job, because, again, why would an assassin in a town where these kind of things are pretty well frowned upon, why would they announce...
I think it's absolutely a frame job.
Yeah.
You said
only
your brother's dead,
2
you've been
major
made to be
families.
forgotten. So
There's
no
2
heirs.
houses major. 2 houses major, and there's a whole bunch of houses minor.
What house minor would be in the best position to take on a major role at this point?
Would that be something that I would know?
Or do we know the alliances of the minor houses?
Or could I can't kind of roll for that?
Actually, it'd be House Mavicius.
Do you know that one?
Yeah,
Which...
Aramils.
Isn't the most a gang from all of this?
Well, I mean, not the most gained, but his house would be the
Most prominent of the
the
minors.
most prominent of the houses minor. But the difference is in wealth and status between the most rich of the houses minor and either of the houses major, of which Targana is actually the richer, is staggering.
Okay. So I don't think it's like a little person trying to get on. I think it's the 2 major players.
Again, honestly, the Knob Baron is the only one that makes any sense. I don't
And
remember
the crystal was a gift to your family. So
from them.
Well, it all points back to them.
And again, the question, they also have a crystal that's made people to forget me, but who?
How do they get it where it came from? Yeah.
Well, no, I think my better question is, who are they trying to make? Why do they need to make the Baron forget I exist? Why does it matter if the Baron knows I'm alive or not?
Maybe
Who's immune to it?
Maybe the red orb controls the blue one or something.
Well, that's what my suspicion was, but this one's enchanted with the same type of enchantment the blue one is, as far as we can
Or
tell.
it's assumed,
Who did you have known anyone in the town outside of these big estates?
I mean, the first people that we went to was the tailor, my tailor is dead mysteriously 3 months ago, right?
Well, that's what I'm asking. Is there anyone else that you know in town?
But they didn't remember who I was
That's
either.
at the party.
No, I mean the tailor that
They
replaced me.
had no idea.
They had no idea.
They were relatives around the town that came to.
Oh, okay, that's right. Okay.
So is this a blanket effort to try to get everyone to forget your brother's dead?
I'm
He's
dead.
missing but forgotten.
No, my brother's missing. I'm dead. That's the terrible
So
thing.
there's no heirs to that family at that point.
At this current time.
And now they're plotting to kill the Baron. Evidently. You know,
Or at
an
least bring the Targaryens
assassination
for it.
attempt. So is this a blanket attempt to make them forget her? Is there anybody in town away from these crystals that would know her? To go test it out.
I mean, the king is you guys are distantly related to the king, to the monarchy. That's why you guys are houses nature.
Yeah, let's go visit the king.
Knock on the door, and be like, "Hey, what's up, cuz?"
Yeah.
No, I haven't been to your birthday party in 5 years, but
But I don't like this whole sanatorium thing. This seems like a place
That's
where
a one-off. I don't know what that
Oh, the
ties in.
insane asylum. I think to me the insane asylum holds people that hold information of like that might be important. It's like my sister worked in the house, so and your mentor was at one point found in the state asylum, right? That's what we know. He tried to escape from it.
I wonder if the farm's going bad is also affecting people's minds. Like, I think that my mentor is not related to that, but I would want your sister's farm got poisoned. I wonder if there's any other farmers that are in there that have the same issue. I think I also-
If it's people that knows things, if they're insane, they're discredited.
Check farms and see who owns those lands.
I think that's very important to do.
Okay.
Follow the money. It's always money.
Yeah.
We go kick the knob Aaron's teeth in.
Sakura is definitely interested in finding out more about that too. She's really suspicious about what goes on there behind closed doors.
Yeah. So
We could always get one of you submitted temporarily.
Give me an investigation check as you're checking with your contacts and other people to see what's going on in the disappearance.
well, my girl Winter, can I get some guidance, please? Or some learning inspiration?
We got the head nod.
All right.
We haven't rested yet, I assume.
No, you guys had a long rest since.
Yeah, we had a
No,
long
rest.
no, not since Winter got back. No.
I think it's the same day we fought the Weaver, or a different day.
You said investigation.
The wyvern.
The Wyvern.
No, the
Yes,
Weaver.
Wyvern. Leave me
It
alone.
is 22.
22. You actually find out that it's affected everybody to one degree or another.
What has?
The crops failing.
Physically or mentally?
What do you mean?
No, the crops are failing.
All the crops are failing.
Yeah.
Oh,
And all the people
Not,
inside the
not,
asylum.
not into huge degree, but
But the people in the insane asylum or the people what?
no, people in the insane asylum, it seems like a random gamut. I mean, you've got elderly grandmas who are just, and you have what they have said are the criminally insane that are locked up for their own good and the good of everybody else to keep them away from harming others to be harming themselves.
Okay, but you're saying what? What was your comment in relation to specifically?
Just they run the gamut across.
No, the failing.
Oh, the crops failures? That's across the board. They're not on a major scale, but they're having like sections of their fields that aren't growing well, or certain kinds of crops aren't growing well in one area, but they'll grow better in another. But those people are losing crops of different kind, things of that nature.
That makes it seem more like an international incident, and not just that, but possibly related to the war is coming.
That's what I was thinking.
Profit.
It may not be related to this.
I think we could what if all day long. I think we're missing information.
So, okay. We need to find out who owns the land that's... everybody. Damn it, we got that answer. Sorry. I was actually thinking about trying to spend time in the Tower of Knowledge and see if I can find any information about Torgrim, right? Was that his name?
Torgrim? Yep.
Torgrim, yeah. Just see if there's anything more information to see if we can differentiate between what's happening there. Trying to investigate the insane asylum. What else? What other information we need to gather? Yeah.
To my
Oh,
father.
the Baron is going to be the big.
But that's going to have to be...
That's not until a little bit later.
Yeah.
Actually,
I would want to introduce myself to the Baron to introduce me to the non-Baron at this point. Is what I'm thinking. Like, I want to see a face to face with who this is.
Well, that's actually... I want to ask your advice on that. First of all, if their crystal is meant to not make people recognize me, then I could show up to that place barefaced and be good. But I'm curious to see if how the non-Baron reacts to me. If maybe he's immune to it. But I don't know if that's a good idea to play that card so early. You know what I mean? Any opinions on that?
I'd say we'd only get you in if we could get you out safely. All of us out safely. Like,
I still got that Misty Step scroll.
You do?
But again, the other option too is I think it'd be a good idea to make somebody invisible and send them to go putter through whatever desk we can. Doesn't have to be me, I just have to cast the spell. So am I more useful as the sneaky one, or the one thing I worry about, I can cast invisibility on myself. I can also cast knock. Nobody else can unlock doors, right? Am I wrong about that?
I can unlock.
Without destroying them.
Oh, yeah.
So that's I don't need to be the sneaky one, but if something's locked, we might have an issue. Unless we want to go get a scroll of knock for somebody else.
No problem. Just take the frame around it away, right?
So when we do the meeting, what method do we want to take with this? Do we want to take the upfront, hi, how you doing, mother trucker?
Yeah, sure.
Or do we want me to sneak around, or someone else to sneak around?
Let's go for it. Let's
Which one?
upfront face value. Let's see what the reaction is.
I've got disguise self myself, so we don't need Avery for that. So I can go in disguise, and we can at the end be like, "Hey, what's up?"
Yeah.
For those of you in the audience, I made a bad hand gesture.
Let's go with your idea of getting somebody in on the inside, sneaking around, getting documents, getting more intel.
Who wants to play that game? And again, do we want to get a scroll of knock? So that, because again, I can cast knock, but if there's a locked door and we don't have that spell, no one else can do that. And I can do it once.
Read me the description of that spell, too. Go ahead. The spell knock.
Choose object you see in range. So this is a paraphrase, by the way. You want me to get the actual?
Yeah, I got you.
I would just... This is something Dasria would have thought of before throwing off a scroll or anything else.
It's only for one lock, if that's what you're asking.
Uh-huh. What else is it?
Arcane lock is unlocked for 10 minutes. Audible knock from up to 300 feet away. So yeah. Listen!
Yeah.
Never said it was a great plan, but it's... what else? Wait, is the other option is going with Archon's way of opening doors.
Oh, yeah.
Which is delightful, but not what we need. Or if anybody else can figure out how to use thieves' tools. You have a better idea, Mr. D. Oh, wait, you can use thieves' tools? Since when? Okay, I guess I'm casting invisibility on you then. I only took that spell because I thought nobody else could unlock things.
Hey, now you have another weapon.
Okay.
You can unlock the doors that I can't.
I'm never going to have it prepared.
Yeah. So I say when we go to my meeting, y'all will come as my entourage, but he will be invisible. Sakura will be invisible and going in to find information in this Baron/non-Baron's house. You'll have a game of time until we are finished with our meeting to gather stuff.
I'll also get... Wait, can you have no... What's your Arcana? Bad, right? Yeah. I still... No, because... Okay, concentration next.
But
I can give you the wand to detect magic. It's... Unless you pass an Arcana check, I assume, right? Is what you told me?
Correct.
But still, it's better than nothing. So, it's something to bring with you just in case.
You won't be able to tell. You'll be able to tell, yep, that's magic, all right. But you won't be able to tell the school of magic without having some sort of spellcasting ability.
What if I spend like 6 hours?
You told me I could
teaching
see the colors before, so maybe I can go back and tell her what colors
it?
I saw.
Yeah. Well, the thing is now Sakura actually has spellcasting levels.
Well, I mean, again, could I spend like a couple hours casting detect magic with her and teaching her like, hey, this is.
You don't need to.
Oh, okay, then we're good.
She's a spellcaster,
Okay.
so she gets the concepts and can read the magic, the types of magic.
Okay, so we give you the wand. I turn you invisible. Here's the bad thing though: is if they catch you, I can't uninvisible you unless I know what's going on. I'm the one in control of that spell, not you. You can't drop it.
No, I can easily drop her. It's gotta
No,
do something
invisibility.
offensive.
Oh, that's valid. That's very valid. Okay,
She
you're
does-
right.
I can totally drop that spell. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but I think we need more info on the non-baron and more.
So we're still doing this today, not
I
waiting for the
assume-
next day.
No.
We're talking about
We're
it.
talking about it.
Okay.
And
This is
we're going to
before.
go meet the priest tomorrow. This is just.
Because there's still plenty of daylight today.
Extra backup. If you want me to change my familiar back into a spider or a rat or something a little less, a little less caca, so that not necessarily still can go with him, but maybe be near. I don't know, just an extra set of eyes just in case.
Sure. So we need some time to get that together.
That'd take me an hour.
But no, we're not doing this today.
No.
We're going to rest, go meet up with the priest.
Okay. Everybody hit that long rest button.
You can do the familiar at any time. It doesn't go away until you dismiss it, right?
No, but it takes me 10 gold and I have to recast the Find Familiar spell in order to change its form. And while the preferred form is Raven right now, it's a little loud, a little obvious.
Another form just waiting on it.
Well, again, a spider or a rat's a lot more innocuous and less likely to be flagged as weird, I think.
To the temple.
Okay.
The priest should be. I want everybody to go, but I want to make sure she comes with us.
Okay, outstanding. Is everybody going with to the temple?
I definitely want to ask if my mentor has an interest in coming, although I have no idea.
He
cares.
says he's going to stare at your board for a while and see if he can make any connections.
Good luck.
And he's going to add any new information you guys have acquired to it. Okay.
In between times, by the way, I'm talking to him about, how he found Valinor,
Isn't Valinor just the best?
all that stuff. We'll share that with Avery when she comes back. So.
Yeah. Avery's out with Dad right now. Okay.
Sketchy.
All right. Next day, you guys are heading out to the temple. Winter, you good?
Sorry, no. Winter posted a nice actual line chart on the group chat.
Oh my god!
Oh wow. Okay.
So,
Winter, you are awesome.
I feel this is not nearly chaotic
Winter
enough.
literally posted in our group chat.
I guarantee I missed a whole bunch of stuff,
I
so
appreciate that you misspelled asylum as ass-sylum.
okay. I was doing it quick.
You know, I'm not gonna lie, Winter. I will give you DM inspiration if everybody's willing to forward all the information they have, and Winter actually makes a full line chart of everything.
And then you need to Photoshop Charlie from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, like, next to it, making faces.
Yeah, I think we'll do that.
Yes.
But I will
And
give,
paste his face on it.
I will give you a D12 DM inspiration.
Oh, Jeff,
How much have we
this is
used?
much nicer. To be used at the same time. The difference is a D12 is a minimum of 1 and 2D6 is a
I know
minimum
what
of
I'm
2.
about.
Okay.
I know what I'm about.
Okay, I gotta fight for my boy. A girl. You just handed an inspiration coin to a computer.
That's cool. For those at home, Archon's player actually got these DM inspiration
Like in
points
the back.
that are legit. They're kind of cool.
Let me see it. Can you? There you go.
Yeah, I can see it. That's awesome.
If you were here.
Archon, do me a solid. If you could take a picture of that on that black background that you take for the miniatures,
Yeah.
send that to me. I'm gonna post that.
Okay.
And get that. We're gonna get that over to Winter so that Winter can include it in the.
I got 3 more.
Sorry.
So Winter can include that on the video.
You bowled over Avery.
Okay.
His minis.
dodged it.
All right, you guys head over to the temple, and as you arrive, you see there's a lot of it's a big hubbub apparently when there, and you see a man in very simple well, I say man, but a male figure who is bald and with completely golden eyes, like liquid gold eyes, who's standing there in robes. You can hear the jingle of mail underneath. There's a warhammer. There's a shield on his back, a warhammer on his side, and a crossbow, a light crossbow slung on him. And he's listening to people's petitions, and he's nodding. And as people, and most of the people that are around him are of the poorer, I should say poorer. There's not a huge poverty problem in Redfern, but people who are less well off, and you see him healing people. You see him curing disease. In one instance, he pulls a diamond from his pack and raises a young girl back to life. You watch this happen. And he says, "I'm sorry. I'm tired. I must go rest. And he goes back into the temple.
But I'm almost going to tap on Idris at some point and be like, listen, I know this is probably not great, but also your morals aren't great. I can cast suggestion with our person on him if we really need him to do this.
Let's wait.
It's an option.
Let's wait. That might be a little bit harder, but I appreciate it.
I currently don't have suggestion prepared. I try to first prepare that. But tomorrow.
I do think I need Sakura to be with me on this one, because I think those are the robes.
Those are the cloth.
Yeah, those are the cloth.
He's come over those two.
Yeah, sorry.
He's more familiar with the temple, so.
I need basically those with a closer connection to the higher beings than I. So we just need to at least try to convey some things and make sure, if I don't understand proper religious doctrine, y'all can help fill me in. But we're gonna go in the nice way and see what that gets us. Okay?
You can manage nice.
I can put on a face of niceness. Or a rock and blind man.
As you mutter, as you probably see it.
We need to keep bringing that up.
Let him forget it. I didn't hurt any of them, did I?
Okay, you guys enter the temple, and you see a lot of the low-level acolytes outside of the room of this one of the simple acolyte rooms. You see a lot of the acolytes gathered around, listening at the door, and as the high priest of the temple shoos them away and turns around and goes, "Yes, can I help you?"
To all of us?
Yeah, to you guys.
We're here to watch over the priest to make sure that he gets what he needs taken care of. I'm supposed to be making special requests if he needs certain requirements, like certain food, certain hospitalities.
Give me a perception or persuasion.
And I have this rash.
Any kind of errands we can run for him.
Give me a persuasion check. I'm gonna go with that.
So
Go with
my
the
silver
rash.
side is just cocked.
Yeah, that's fine.
Wait, hold before you do that. Are you skilled in persuasion?
Can you fix this hole in my heart?
Is that something he can assist on?
Yeah, so you can roll with advantage.
If you have persuasion.
Do you have persuasion as that you're proficient in?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
So just straight. So persuasion. It's gonna be an 18. Nice.
Looks at you sideways and goes, "Really? So you're here to petition the priest?"
Yes.
"Oh, I will see if he'll see anyone." He goes in, and this priest comes out. He looks kind of heavy-lidded as he comes out. "Yes. Can I help you?"
I want him to see, or even an inside mind prayer to Falanora to see if she could give me some kind of perspective on this guy.
Roll percentiles.
87.
And what's your wisdom score?
16.
Ping! Like, literally, you get a sense, like, Avery, chosen to Falinora. Diedrich, obviously dedicated to Falinora. You know your own connection to Falinora. This dude is where Avery hopes to be.
Oh, we're gonna lose Sakura to the party here. From the party.
Like, legit, this dude is where Avery hopes to attain.
And of Falinora?
Yes. But you see no adornment on anything. Everything is, his robes are plain gray, his armor is subdued, not shining.
I whispered to Diedrich real quick. I say, hey, why don't you show this fellow your holy symbol?
I can hear you just fine, and I know that you two follow the gods.
I'd like to speak with you in private if that's okay with you.
Yes, and I also want to watch it. My sister's also mentioned this holy being Falinora's name before too. She's been afflicted with something that's causing her memory to evade her to before a certain time.
I know. I've tried to cure her several times. I have come with one additional attempt of something I can try, but I can make no guarantees.
Can we do this in private then?
Please, come into my room. It's a tight fit, but you guys make it into his small room.
Can you tell me what happened when you did it last time?
Avery's gonna like crap bricks
Oh
once
my
he comes
God.
back. Not one, not you met 2 other followers of Falinora when I wasn't there.
Yeah. So can you
wait
tell-
outside.
Can you tell me what happened last time you tried to do this? Like, did she become
Wait,
better?
right.
What if he needs your healing abilities?
Nothing.
I can show him a few things.
Yeah.
And he turns to her and lays his hand on her, and a wash of holy energy flows over him. It's golden radiance. Out of his back, spectral blue wings appear behind him as golden light suffuses his whole being as he lays his hands on your sister. Your sister's eyes clear up for the first time that you've seen. Her eyes are open. And she just slumps and passes out.
Trying to give her some heroism to wake her up.
Sure.
That's not what I thought you were going to say. I was very concerned for a second. Oh no.
No. Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay, and he says, I think I finally become successful.
What did you do?
I cast an extremely powerful healing magic.
Do you know what you healed?
The only thing I can assume is some form of madness, some form of other magic upon her that afflicted her mind.
Channeled the power of Falinora into your sister.
How long has she been like this? You said you tried to cure her
Yeah.
before.
She had been in there, the same asylum for the last 3 months.
Yep.
Which doesn't
The last 3 times I had been there, I tried to cure her.
the 3 months ago, did that line up with some of the other things that have happened?
I say 3 months ago, but at this point it was 5 months ago. Sorry.
Right. I'm trying to remember what also lines up there, but wasn't that when I was
No.
when I was declared dead? No. Okay.
When
Which would
3 months after everybody got taken, that seems to be the sticking point when things start going really sideways.
because I mean, at least with my mentor, we know that his madness of a type came about probably because of the crystals, but the Modular estate has the same crystal, and your sister worked there, which explains.
Correct. Yeah.
But why did it affect her? She didn't know me. But why did it do that to her? This is all I think said out loud, by the way.
Do you have a name we could call you?
Others call me priest. My name is Asriel.
Azrael?
Yes.
I do a religion check to see if that's like something of religious significance.
Sure.
Bree's gonna be disappointed she didn't get to see you. She's out with her father at this point.
It's a 12.
12. It's well known to be what?
I actually have a bonus in religion. That's very on to that.
Okay, go ahead.
Roll. Nice.
That's 22.
Azrael is a well-known angel of death, but the angel of death is often, in many ways, considered to be evil or bad. But you know that the angel of death is merely somebody to help usher others into their afterlife. Neither good nor evil.
To help the dead move on.
Yeah.
This may be a strange question, but do you know who I am?
I know you're of nobility.
More than most people.
I know you have a destiny that lies with these around you.
Don't like that. The weird prophecy way you said that specifically. Are you reading that on me, or do you know that about me?
Eleanor has given me this knowledge.
Okay, that doesn't answer the question I was looking for.
In her particular case, there's these orbs which seem to radiate some type of magic that are making people who knew her well forget that she ever existed or believe that she's dead.
Or just forget about me in your guys' case.
Ironically, we found one of those on each of the house major's properties in this town.
Unfortunately, I know nothing about this.
Maybe what caused this madness.
What made you come here, starting with 3? How long have you been doing this?
He thinks about it 20 years. I've only regained some notoriety since I started going to the asylum.
Why did you start going there?
And when?
He thinks back at this point he said about 5 months ago when the lady told him to go and seek out those in the asylum to heal. And your sister was the one he was told to do.
Have you seen similar illnesses in other places you've traveled to?
Never.
What about corruption of the land? Crops seem to be going bad around town as well.
He said, my travels and purpose lie elsewhere. I haven't noticed such things.
Doing the ladies' work, of course.
Sir Priest, do they allow you to go into the asylum, no questions asked?
Yes,
Do they allow some of your companions to go with them as well?
I believe they are open to visitors all the time. Many of those afflicted with the mind, I didn't know such visitors.
Would you be opposed to us attending your next visit to the asylum as also there to assist?
My time at the asylum is done. I will go to heal, but my purpose is completed as your sister is cared for.
Could you please go back to the asylum one more time with us in tow?
Wait,
I suppose, yes.
if Eleanor is guiding him to heal your sister, she knows something important.
My sister.
If we are to believe in Falinora, the heavy side there, then maybe we don't need to go to the asylum if his only goal was to get us your sister.
Okay.
She may have all that we need, but
Sorry,
not to wait
my
till she wakes
thought
up.
was the asylum had other people that were worth trying to find out.
Oh no, I'm not also like out of character. I don't think it's a bad idea to go to the asylum, but just with the connection made, it kind of sounds like, at least Dashria will comment that it kind of sounds like what we needed from the asylum, according to Falinora. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, can I try to get my sister's attention? See if we can
She eventually wakes up, her eyes look wild. Like, give me an insight check.
Oh, God, yes.
Just him.
Just him. He's down there with her, trying to shake her up, trying to wake her.
12.
12. She's seen something.
Hey, it's me. I'm trying to figure out a lot of stuff, but what happened before you can remember things started to go bad?
The crops failed, and I went and saw work with the Baron in the Baron's household.
What did you see in it?
There was a giant crystal, and I remember it made my head hurt looking at it, and eventually I was taken somewhere not near Endir, or not near Redfern, and they locked me up. They locked me up with so many other people. We were subjected to the worst abuses and tortures. I never want to go back.
It's okay, but I need you to let me know who was torturing you. What were they torturing you for? What was going on?
For the pleasure of it.
Oh.
They just wanted. I told them I hadn't done anything.
Who's they?
The torturers, the guards. They laughed and said, "Of course I hadn't. I wouldn't have been there otherwise."
What type of guards were they? Were they
They
town
were
guards?
No. They were wearing House Mogumir colors.
Okay. And then how did you get out of there? Why were you then brought to the asylum?
I don't remember. I remember waking up and I don't remember. I remember waking up and I was huddled in the street, cold, and some priest from the temple took me to the asylum. I couldn't remember anything. It was hard to hold on to just basic things. I held out hope that I would see you, but beyond that, I don't remember.
Okay. Do you think you can remember where you were taken to and tortured? Like where outside of Redfern?
They put a hood over me and stuck me in the back of the wagon. I know there were others.
Okay. No, it's okay. And then what brought up Eleanor?
What do you mean?
You've uttered the name to me, Eleanor. Where have you heard that from?
Never heard that in my life. And Azrael looks up and goes, and now you know why I was so intrigued. When she uttered the name of the lady, I knew that's where my destiny lied to cure her.
Okay.
Specific to us, too.
That your destiny is already inextricably linked. Now, excuse me, I must rest. I've exhausted all of my healing abilities.
Thank you so much. Is there anything we can do to help you recover?
No, just rest please. I'll be on my way tomorrow.
One shot of Benadryl. Sorry.
Benadryl, because you can't have the allergies if you're unconscious.
Add on the way.
May the blessings of the goddess be upon you.
And you as well. Pass my goodwill on to Chosen.
Can we ask how much longer you'll be in town in case we have another question for you?
I'm leaving tomorrow.
Well, I thank you. I think my sister thanks you. I think we're all very thankful for you. I think you should be careful, though. I think by doing this and revealing this, I think you need to be careful, personally. I think you should stay in the temple to be safe.
He chuckles. If only the goddess would allow me that. I have survived many perils.
Zachary chuckles too. He's protected by the lady. He has nothing to worry about.
I doubt that. You're here in the Primaterium. You're vulnerable to something.
He goes, which is why my next destination is not the planetarium.
That's not terrifying to hear.
Where is it?
He thinks about it. Says,
Idris, it's better off not to know these.
back with the lady.
So you know this is going to happen, but you're not going to do anything to prevent it.
It's not my destiny. It's not my province. I can tell you only what I know.
I can only tell you what I know is, and that sounds like I will read about your death sometime in the future. But, you know, that's your choice. You sound like you're already figured out where you want to go. And the rest of us, we're going to figure out where we're going to go. So thank you. You have a good one.
He
You are
laughs.
so mean for someone who's so charismatic.
He laughs and says, "It is okay. I appreciate your concern, my friend." And he goes to sit on his bed until you guys leave. Okay. Where to now, folks?
Do we head back to the farm?
And that's all I'm thinking now.
Because I will say at some point later in the night, Dastria wants to gather the non-believers as secretly as she can.
Shut the non-believers.
No, group the non-believers, group! I don't like how everything keeps coming back to Falinora, and she appears to be leading us on a leash down a line. Is anyone else really suspicious of this?
Minor goddess, not worried about it.
Well, that's the
There's a reason I choose not to follow her.
A minor goddess no one has ever heard of. This may as well be a warlock patron for all we know. Like, seriously, like, is she just leaving it? Maybe she's the one trying to release Torgrim or something. It's just real sketchy, right?
Now, I would like to point out that everything for history checks that people have gotten, that she was a once very well revered deity, and that she fell into obscurity, but she has never been known to be an evil deity or be sketchy at all.
But also, if she's so old and so unknown, how do we know this is really her? I'll be
Sure.
honest, as a player, I don't actually want to pursue this, but Dastria wants to make it known. She doesn't like that Falinora is connecting everything. She doesn't like that. I don't actually want to pursue this as a player, because I don't think this is true. But Dastria is suspicious and a conspiracy theorist at this point. She puts up a secret board behind the original board that's like, Falinora evil? Question mark?
Archon is indifferent. He just likes to torment other people for like.
That's valid.
Okay.
Either way, I don't like that Falinora is leading us along in some way. Apparently knows something but won't share it.
Yeah, she's been showing up at a lot of things in her life.
How many deities
You're
do
not
come
here.
out and say, "Hey"?
You're not here.
I'm not saying this is my character. I'm saying it as a player.
Depends on the place, the world.
How many deities have a clear vision of what's going to occur?
The thing is, she is showing up a lot and saying, "Hey."
Here's a little hint. Have fun. Giving us part of the picture, but not the whole picture. Or leading
More
us.
involved than what I would expect.
But again, that's a little odd for gods, right?
Hmm?
Is it odd for gods to be this much a part of
Unless
things?
something's, well, give me a history check.
I don't know why. Sorry, I don't know why I rolled 2. Didn't see either of them. Nope, that sucked. 16.
Gods have been known to interfere when things get.
Is the god experience usually just personalized?
Out of them.
in very specific instances throughout history when things get very unbalanced.
But it's odd that Falinora specifically is the other gods. Don't know if you heard me?
Well, just none of the other gods that we've seen tilt our hand, like direct involvement, or that we can piece to another god, like try to get involved.
We just appear to be tied to one of her chosen ones. So that's why we're seeing her prevalent right now.
Did anybody ever check out like what was her like mortal enemy, like historically?
I don't know, but I think it was the next time
Give me a religion check.
About all of us.
Who's got a religion? Let's help.
Only the non-believers, because we're not
Believers
with
can
you.
15.
Wait, okay.
Do you have it?
I can roll.
You can give her as you guys confer, you can give her an advantage.
I give her advantage in guide and bardic inspiration.
That's a nat 18 on that one. So plus 21 plus what's the inspiration? 6.
That's a full 6.
So that is 27. I think right. Oh, I'm doing my math again. 24. Yeah, 27.
All the religions.
She, again, we talked about this. Whenever she gets really good on her roll, it's because she went through like a month or two where she is obsessively going over one particular subject.
She went through it.
Carlin's in the corner and he goes, "Oh, I remember this phase."
Yeah. Her Falinora's opposite, for lack of a better word, is actually the demon prince of undeath himself, Orcus.
Okay. Noted. I'm not sure what that. Do I know much about Orcus?
Give me another religion check.
Another thing of bardic inspiration and an advantage.
That's a 17.
17.
Yes.
He hates his title, ironically, and he hates undead, but he's a demon prince, and he kind of owns it, even though he hates undead. Carries a big club that looks like it's shaped like a human skull, called the Wand of Orcus.
Terrible.
Yeah, very.
This doesn't. I mean, other than the undead thing, it doesn't really sound that connected.
Wait, what are you talking about? The burial mound with all those things? That
But okay,
were
so he's
undead?
technically undead, but he hates undead. So does he actually create undead?
Yeah.
Okay, that
But-
could be valid.
And he's Bondor's sworn in.
So we're going to take. You need a break?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break. We'll see you after these messages. Hold on 2 seconds. Inglorious Ingrates is brought to you by the Lucky Dice Cafe. Eat, Game, Adventure. Best game store in North Alabama. Lucky Dice Cafe. And we're back after our short break. We had just got done meeting the priest, and it's the next morning. What now, folks?
Well, did we want to go to see about going to the Tower of Knowledge?
Sure.
So if Tarlin thinks he can still get us in beyond the first level, we are hoping to try to research Torgrim and Falinora in any capacity we can.
Okay. You go to the Tower of Knowledge, and through level 2, the only thing you can get, even with the help of the scholars, is you find a burned. Only maybe a third of the book is still in existence, still physically available, of Avery's prayer book of
The
Falinora.
exact same one?
The exact same prayer book, but it's like barely anything of it. Like
Okay.
that's
Not useful at all.
not necessarily useful, but it's interesting.
That was
That's all that's left of that one.
Hmm.
That's all left in one, and because the Tower of Knowledge is renowned for their ability to collect things.
Is there anything suspicious in how it was burned? Like someone was trying to burn particular parts of it?
You can't tell one way or another.
And anything on Torgrim?
Torgrim, the only thing that you can find about Torgrim is that he was some kind of nasty warlord that led this massive army across the lands some 1,000 years ago.
Gotcha. Nothing about the prophecy that we saw.
No.
Do they take submissions?
Yes.
I would like to put it on like a scroll of some kind, but submit to them what we found in the tomb. Just a
Okay.
description of it. Just something.
Several of the scholars look over each other. Give me an insight check.
Can I also help to assist her?
Sure.
So I get advantage. 2 16s. So 17.
They start conferring with each other. They bring over somebody of a higher tier.
But I do provide I told you I did write down
Uh-huh.
the original Draconic as well as the translation.
Yep.
So I gave them both of those.
Yep.
So they can hopefully confirm that it's real.
Oh yeah. They take that. They take both together and roll them up together. They can start conferring with somebody of a higher tier, and they immediately whisk it off, and you see him walking past level tier 4.
I would like to ask them, like, this is something I've just submitted. Would I be allowed access to anything about Torgrim on the higher floors because of what I've given? Just temporary access. Can I roll a persuasion check for that?
Give me a persuasion check.
Assist. Yes. Explain that this is a final knowledge to the king.
20.
Dirty 20. Your petition is going to be highly considered.
So come back another day.
At least a month.
Oh. Noted. Okay. Good to know. Terrible to know. Good to know. I think I also would have submitted the symbols as well with that. The symbols that we found in the tomb. Was that the dagger and the shield? Or the skull? Was it the dagger and the skull? Or
The dagger in the skull. The dagger in the skull with war written on the hilt.
Okay.
And then the skull. And then the skull with the scales on it.
Gotcha. Okay, so yeah.
They immediately take those up to the same place.
Gotcha.
Wait. Haven't we seen another variety of that?
Well, that was
recently,
both
too?
of them, right?
No, we've seen a
The
third
shaman one. The shaman had something on it.
Didn't she have the typical skull and the dagger version?
No, she had one with the weights.
Archon's people, they had a third one that we hadn't seen before.
Oh, with flies and pestilence.
That one we don't necessarily know is connected, so I don't think she would submit. Like, we can assume it is, but it's all
It was
assumption.
the skull that had
See
war
what
on
you're
it.
saying?
And everything at Rookhill happened at the exact same time that everything happened.
At what?
Happened at the same time that happened here.
No, repeat the first part.
Everything that happened at Rookhill
Where his place.
Oh, yeah.
all falls along the same timelines of the things that happened here as well.
Gotcha.
Of course, I'm not there to tell you that, so I don't know if you'd remember it or not.
As part of the petition, I guess she would also mention that, like, we've had some experience with, beyond just finding the prophecy that we suspect might imply the prophecy might be happening. So if you have a local expert, we wouldn't mind speaking to them if we could.
That would
Someone
be
this
absolutely impossible.
Why?
Why?
He looks at you and says, I'm not explaining that. I'm refusing to explain that. All right. We're closing up.
Okay.
This
Huh?
is like the Tower of Knowledge of the Kingdom?
The Tower of the Knowledge. This is the only Tower of Knowledge. This is located. It's in there, but to your understanding, even as a bard, like there's no repository of knowledge like this anywhere else in the world.
Shit, I was gonna look up another thing. Oh. Maybe tomorrow.
No, we need to see somebody today.
Is this like the Game of Thrones Tower of Knowledge?
Did you come with us? Because that'd be really funny. Damn it.
I didn't even think about that, but it's very similar. Yeah. So like they start. You see them going through because there's a great doorway that's guarded with guards, and they start going through and start barring. You see them as the courtyards that go to the specific next level. You see them shutting doors, barring them, and several of the senior scholars sitting there waving some kind of wand in front of it, and a blue shimmering field goes up in front of it.
I am so sorry. I don't know if that was the right choice.
And you see, and as you look up, you see each level of the tower, all the way from the 10th level, all the way down, is covered in this blue shimmering field, and each one, as they're closing, and as they're ushering you out,
it seriously.
as you're being ushered out, the last one that's remaining, the only one that's remaining open, is the first level, which is the equivalent of your basic public library.
But everything else, all the knowledge above there is being blocked out and locked up.
At least they're
Yes.
taking the threat seriously?
You guys walked in.
No.
You guys are fun at
They're
parties.
on lockdown.
What?
Yeah,
You guys are fun at parties.
we're basically like Corona. Don't everybody in lockdown.
Yeah. So.
That sucked. I'd like to go. Is the first level still open though?
Yeah.
If possible, I would like to go try to find any sort of lineage chart for the Mogamirs.
Okay.
I want to see if I can find where the Baron is on it, just to kind of see if there's any extra information I can find.
The Not Baron is the direct nephew of the Baron.
But he's on the paperwork, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So he's not made up, as I reset. What do they have for your brother? That's written down.
I guess I go look that up.
He was supposed to be the heir to the dukedom.
And I guess I'm on there too, or am I
Yes,
not?
you are. You are most certainly on there.
And there's a little red X over my name, I assume? No?
No.
Okay. Not yet. So this isn't totally up to date, apparently. Do I find that suspicious?
But I mean, or it knows that you're alive. And what does it say to your brother? Is this thing marked out with
No, it's just all it has. All it is the lineage. They haven't done anything about deceased, other than dates for birth and death, if there is a death.
Is there one listed for either me or my brother?
Nope.
Interesting. Not super suspicious, though. It might just be nobody's updated it recently. It's not like it's...
Or they just didn't care enough to even report it. So
Listen, don't hurt her feelings like that.
We'll go ask them. How often they update?
Fair enough. I guess I will ask her who's in charge of updating these records.
He's paused for a moment. The keeper.
Who's the keeper?
The keeper of knowledge. It's
So there's one guy that updates all of the lineage charts.
who is responsible for making sure the things of this nature are updated.
Is that who we're waiting to hear our petition back from?
Yes.
Might I be able to leave a personal letter with the petition as well? Something that I guess supposedly state my own case.
You may.
Can I, out of character, think about what I want to write?
Sure.
Because I don't know exactly what I want to say, but she wants to basically poke the who she is thing.
Okay.
But I am Dasher of Targana. I'm not dead. What the hell's going on?
Can I also ask that we maybe make some mention of this Falinora chick has been making quite a lot of sightings as of late.
And you want we can sit down and
draft it together.
yeah, everybody who wants to put to the internet, send something in the group chat, and I'll write it up over the next week. Because that, I don't think it's the thing we need to worry about right this second. But whatever the letter is, we'll either give it to them. We'll give it to them the next day. We'll say.
Okay. So that's dealt with as far as you can deal.
Not much information, but at least some interesting points to look at.
Now, I will note also that the Tower of Knowledge, although located within the city of Redfern and within the Kingdom of Endir, is actually and wisely considered an independent entity.
Okay, interesting. Now, how much time do we have until the meeting?
It's a couple days away. What do you guys want to do before the meeting?
Do you have any ideas? My only idea was maybe someone other than me that isn't apparently suspicious. The guards aren't suspicious of. Camp out a little bit outside the estate and see if there's anything weird. But
I want to ask Felicity and her family.
can you go on a date with your boo?
Well, I'll go on a date in the guise of wanting it to be with her mom and ask about, where are some of the treasures, or where do the Mogamirs have mining operations and things like that. To see if that's just common knowledge. Where do they hear that they make their riches out from?
Often they're actually known to be fairly, I don't want to say bloodthirsty or brutal, but they're very strong-handed with their tithes. When they take their cut from their people, they strictly make sure that they, the mail system is one where they make money. The second one is the taxes that they collect on behalf of the king, and they are very good about paying the share that goes to the crown. However, it is also believed that they actually withhold, but there's nothing been proven. The books seem to be in order when examined. I'm
going to steal their books more.
They also They do have several mining operations, usually iron, coal, things of that nature. Various locations around the country. Similar to the other houses, the other house major and the other houses minor. Theirs just is on a larger scale. They actually have one of 3 gold mines. They're actually are part of their fight. One is the Crown's only, another is House Targana, and they own the third.
So the Crown owns a gold mine, Targana's own a gold mine, and they own a gold mine.
Correct.
Okay. Where is that gold mine located?
That is kept a state secret.
Do you want some of us to go around?
What about the interest in that in House Monument, my good woman?
Well, I've been looking forward to our meeting, and I want to go in with a little bit more knowledge. I don't want to go into negotiations empty-handed, and I don't want to go into negotiations the fool, per se.
Give me a persuasion check.
Why do this to me? Oh, that's going to get fat. This is a natural 19 already. Plus my beautiful 7, so that's 26.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Just shrewd businessman, my young. Absolutely. Yes, and she gives you some very basic information on him. Obviously, she spills the tea on the whole knob errand.
Yeah.
And the fact that it is rumored that this party at House Targana was supposed to be the announcement of the knob errand being the dual heir of the Targana and Mogumir houses.
So no new info.
Yeah. Okay. But have you seen him, or do you know what he does in his free time?
Lord Mogumir, Baron Mogumir,
What was the name you said? The name Baron?
the knob errand.
Now Baron.
I keep forgetting what his actual name is.
Oh, he is said that he enjoys gambling amongst other things, but there's some other darker things that it's said that he's into, but there's been no credible information to that degree.
Well, I don't want to spoil the evening, but I don't want to go into these negotiations prepared. My soon-to-be mother-in-law, I would like to know what some of the dark things has been said about the Nalbear.
Oh, that there's a secret gladiatorial arena within the Mogumir estate, that he engages in slaves of the rather physical kind, but all of that's found to be absolutely unfounded.
But who's? Okay. Let me guess. The Targanas came up with those.
No, these rumors have been around for ages. There's even some ridiculous rumor that the Baron himself likes the pleasure of young men. And that's why he does not have an heir himself. And had to name his nephew the non-Baron.
Oh, the Baron. Okay. Oh, these are all the bad things about the Baron, not
Yes.
the non-Baron.
Yeah, the Baron and the non-Baron.
Both like.
The non-Baron is the one who apparently likes,
Yeah.
has the pleasure slaves.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think. So I asked about the non-Baron, asked about the Baron, know what they're wanting to do, know what the some beach secrets about them. Know they own several mines, have very forceful with the tides. Okay.
Got a real dumb idea.
Okay.
Okay. That's all I want to do with my evening, other than push smooth up Felicity.
doesn't work.
Give me that charisma
Give
check.
her my undying love for her.
With advantage.
Drop the panties right there.
This one's got.
Oh, for her bloomers.
What does he want?
So just charisma check.
just a charisma straight charisma. That's going to be at 20.
Dirty 20, outstanding. Yeah, she's just eating out of the palm of your hand. She is completely 100% absolutely in love with you.
I would like to express the interest in her. I would like her to arrange a ship for us to go take us on a nice voyage in the next month or so out of what was that port I talked to you about?
If only she knew he throws rocks at blind people.
You had the map. I remember.
It's gonna be part of Dasria's wedding speech. Please do. We had to put a dead body on it. No, wait, you missed it.
Out of character, this is like my one motivation. I'm just trying to get a ship.
Maybe we should wait until right after they set out for it.
I'll put him on it. I just want to see his face.
Oh, it's a rift. The port is rift.
Yeah. I like to tell her I would like to get her on a nice voyage.
If you would dispose of the bodies later, so he went pirating the ship,
several days.
and it was a beautiful ship.
He may even more than like 2 weeks out to see if she can get the proper supplies set up.
She can, but she gets a little worried though because she's heard that there's problems with pirates out west. She's kind of concerned, but she says that she can get some. She could probably convince her mother to get several house guards to help make that determination.
Those are totally unfounded rumors.
But I mean, they're just so dashing, aren't they?
Yeah.
Totally misunderstood.
Their hair blows in the wind. Their teeth are definitely not terrible.
Anybody else? Anybody else have anything they're doing?
So I got a dumb idea, and
Okay.
I'm not convinced. I briefly mentioned it to you, but now I'm thinking about it. So when we go into the meeting, one potential thing we could try, and this would serve mostly just an interesting way to test to see if the Knob Baron is immune to the forget thing, and also potentially get information out of him if he is immune to it. Dastria could go in pretending she's her cousin again, claiming to have come into town as part of one of your friend circle. Because the Targana family doesn't like that side family of the Targanas, and hey, you're single. I could help you really cinch that Targana throne if you are interested in talking to me and potentially getting married. You know what I mean? And if he can have that conversation with her, he's immune because everyone else forgets her, even when she's in disguise. Potentially, if he buys that bait, she could talk to him about why he might want to get into that line. Does that make any sense? Does any of that make any sense?
I think I got the gist. The gist was you want us to bring up this conversation that you can bring.
You talk to the Baron, I talk to the Knob Baron, basically. But it doesn't have to be. I mean, it could all be at the same time, but it's an option. Because again, in my opinion, hey, my I'm the crap side of the family, but I'm still a Targana kind of thing.
Yeah, but he has no other obstacles in his way because he's already now going to inherit everything. What purpose would you serve for him to just already get the thing he already has, right?
Mostly just an extra, really sensitive. I don't know that it would work, but it's just a thought. We don't have to play this game. It was just an idea.
Maybe I just want to see how he reacts. Say maybe if you know where the brother is located. I want to see if he's afraid of he didn't actually tie up loose ends on you or the brother.
Wait, are you in character? Are you suggesting that the Knob Baron or the Baron may have gotten rid of Dasria's brother?
Yes.
Okay, that is important to do in character because she never considered that.
Because if you show up, I have a suspicion he's going to know you are correct.
Well,
you
but
would
again,
disappear, and then 3 months later, we'll find you in the asylum.
The interesting thing is, though, when we were at the party, even when I was in disguise, people forgot me. So it doesn't matter. I can.
Wasn't there.
Baron was.
But I never interacted with
The
her.
Baron was
there.
there. Yes, the Baron was there.
The Knob Baron was
The
there.
Knob Baron was
The
not
Knob Baron wasn't there.
But-
he was not there yet, at least, because he was supposed to be there, but he hadn't gotten there.
My point is, me going in disguise is probably a good idea, simply because if they forget me while I'm in disguise,
Correct. Yes.
that's a benefit.
And I'm trying to make the plans separate. You meeting the Knob Baron or going off to talk with them.
I don't have to do that. It's just an idea.
but it'd be good to play that card to see what the reaction is.
Say, hey, I want a scheme. You want a scheme?
But something I don't have to involve you in is finding out where these slaves are being taken. That's my plan going forward, is to go to the business meeting saying, I'm a business of trading slaves and all that, and providing security and transportation through nefarious means so that I don't raise questions, so that we can find out where my sister is taken, where all these people are being taken.
Be careful about that, though, because you could really offend him if he either A, does not want to play that game with you, or B, doesn't actually know what you're talking about. Because there's also the possibility that the Baron has no idea this is going on, and it's all the Baron. But my point is, I'd say be very careful with how you approach that.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
That was actually kind of one of the ideas behind the Dastria posing as her distant cousin, playing the I'm a scummy individual who's out to kind of screw over her family, and I'll help you screw over my family, at the benefit of both of us. That was kind of my hope, that maybe if the Baron is as scummy as we think he is, then at the very least we can do the back and forth scummy, and the only person whose reputation is screwed over is my cousin. But again, it was only an idea.
I'd rather go in with this idea that if we go in talking, we're going to the manor, right? That's where the meeting's supposed to be. I'm probably going to forget about you. So I need you to at some point come in, start bringing up this whole Dastria, like found her and her brother, like nastiness, to see how the Baron and the Baron.
You want me to suggest the Baron or the Baron?
When the Baron is there.
Gotcha.
I need you to specifically look at him when you make this comments. If he is there. But I'm going to try to set up the meeting to where I can meet with the Baron as well. Because I want to talk to both of them, since they're going to be talking to business.
And you're going this with yourself, or are you taking Dastria in disguise?
I presume also Archon is here.
Dastria in disguise, Archon. I don't see why everybody couldn't show up. I'm going to fill out the roles that you all have various different political backgrounds in my organization.
Spiritual advisors.
Spiritual advisor, guard in this case, guards, lady of wealth, maybe my contact in your kingdom, something like that. You have.
I don't want to go to the meeting.
You know, like,
Wait, no, we need you, remember?
yeah,
We need you to go investigate things. You're the one I'll make invisible.
I thought that was a separate thing we were doing.
No. Dumb question for you.
Yes.
The Find Familiar spell doesn't specifically say that when I look through my familiar's eyes that it is a concentration. It just says it's an action to do it. Will you count as the concentration or not? I want to know if I can do it at the same time as him being invisible, basically.
Yes, you can.
Okay, because there's another option as well. This is another kind of
You can
sketchy
cast
thing.
spells through your familiar, so
Gotcha.
you have to be able to do that.
Another dumb idea is, and this is something I just came up with, if we've got one person who's blind, disguise me as another acolyte of Thalanora who is also blind, have somebody lead me around while my familiar investigates at the same time, and if you need me to be present, pinch me or something.
You don't have to. You can do both.
What do you mean?
You can fully be cognizant of what's going on while you are looking through your familiar.
That's not what the book
That's
says.
not what the book says?
The book says when I lose my sight, I think my sound and my sight are through the familiar, but that's why I said if somebody needs me, pinch me.
Yeah.
Because I can feel that.
It's kind of in a trance.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, the idea is cover my eyes up, pretend I'm blind, and I'm not actually, but it's a good way to excuse me being within 100 feet of my familiar. So, two
Yeah,
ideas.
blind person.
The blind leading the blind.
Blind
Thank
leading
you.
the dumb.
Hey, my point is,
struggle together.
this is your meeting. I will do whichever potential option you want.
Yeah.
Either way, he's going invisible.
Yeah, I agree with
She's going invisible, sorry.
For 1 hour, right?
For 1 hour.
Unless you lose your concentration.
To go find, I essentially, if we can have them give us a grand tour, you tally us, and if they point out their office, we go to our meeting, you go to their office and start rummaging through it. Unless it's a magical thing and you get blown, you're covered, that's the only other problem, so.
We could go by.
Been here before?
Nope.
Do we want to go by an extra a scroll of invisibility in case the spell gets dropped?
So she could do a basic floor plan?
She can do a basic floor plan of the main level and the main front area in the level and the garden.
Do we want to get an extra scroll of invisibility for her in case the first one drops? Because I can only cast it if I'm within recast it if I'm within 30 feet of her.
How much of it?
75 gold pieces.
Uh-huh.
I don't have that. I
I'll
technically
front
have the front.
I'll front that out.
Okay.
It's for me anyways.
Okay.
You can cash this spell.
I'll give you the first one, and then the second one is in case of emergency. Do you want me to give you the Misty Step scroll as well that I have? Temporarily, at least? Because if nobody uses it, I'm putting that in my book.
Hold on to that.
Okay, so you take the Misty scroll.
Just in case there's a possibility you might end up having to use that. We don't know what's going on here.
Okay, I'll do that. So, then which version of the idea do you want? The I'm going to try to seduce the Knob Aaron thing, or the I'm blind and looking through my familiar to help her idea?
Do that. Help her.
Okay.
And I will pinch you if I need you to play the active like.
Whoever's leading me. Somebody should have their arm on me to be my guide.
Yeah. If we see the knob Aaron,
Winter could do that.
Winter?
I can do what now?
You're leading the people of faith who seem to be blind.
My seeing eye cat.
I can do that.
Okay. I'm going to reorder my
tail. Yeah.
Either way, yeah.
If I pinch you or anybody nudges you, pinch you to get your attention, that means the knob Aaron is there, and I need you to act like you've heard whispers of those you thought dead are not dead at all. And it is
I can speak of Lady Falinora has told me that these people live.
Exactly.
How do you respond to these rumors?
That's when we all have eyes on them.
Gotcha.
So that will be your cue. All right.
Of course, then I'm going to spend that day then going and finding some kind of outfit that would be befitting of that.
Acolyte robes. Easy enough.
All right.
I'm also gonna use a disguise spell as well. Well, no, I'm not taking any combat spells, to be honest. So I will be functionally useless in combat. But I'm gonna take sleep, charm person, disguise
So
self.
we need to beat the dead dog to death. Does anybody have any other ideas or any other avenues y'all want us to pursue before doing this?
Do I want to take see invisibility or suggestion? Okay. Actually, I could get both.
Sakura
Yeah.
just wanted to make a cursory check around town again to see if she could locate any of the orphans.
Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
I'll make a survival check to see if I can extract any of that poison out of it too.
Sure. I'm assuming you did go to the poisoner?
Oh yeah, actually yeah. I mean,
Yeah, okay, yeah. He went, it took him several days, and his payment, he wants one of them, but he could extract 4 vials worth of poison out of it, and he said he's taking one of them as payment.
When we say vials, what would a vial equate to?
Application to 1 weapon or 20 pieces of ammunition.
For one use.
Yeah.
Or 20 pieces of ammunition. Yeah, like crossbow bolts for me. Like 20 instances of it.
I'm sorry, 20 or 10.
Per vial.
So wait, you put it on a sword, you hit someone once with it, that's it?
Or we can use 20 arrows.
I said you just put it on the tip of an arrow and stab somebody with it if the potion's that bad.
Crossbow bolts.
Yeah.
Let me double check.
Look at us actually going in with a plan.
I think the silvering was 20.
Wait, we don't have an escape plan. It's fine.
So, yeah, it's one action first. Yeah, it's action 27 was
Right.
You can use poison in the vial to coat 1 slashing or piercing weapon or up to 3 pieces of ammunition. Applying poison, blah, blah. Once applied, the poison retains potency for 1 minute before drying.
Bonus, he shields the bonus. I think that's a reaction.
Apply it.
So just like certain spells.
So just keep it on this and then
So like,
dip it on it.
But apparently
these aren't spells.
it lasts for a minute.
So 1 weapon for 3.
So that's 10 rounds worth of combat.
Right.
So like 1 action, 1 bonus action, 1 action, 1 bonus action. A lot of paladin spells are bonus actions.
Okay.
I just got an eye on that investigation.
Am I supposed to use bonus actions first?
Nothing.
Actual action.
Any order.
Nothing.
Give him a vial of that.
Okay, you have 1 vial of wyvern poison.
But a
Okay.
reaction's not on your
Anything else?
Oh god, I feel like there's something more we should do because you make me suspicious of everything.
No, let's just go do some stuff. We've been a whole bunch of cleaning and not a whole bunch of doing.
If we go into confrontation, I got a bunch of stuff.
Actually, I'm definitely going to ask either Avery or whoever if they'd be willing to lend me a symbol if I want one, or can I craft one?
Avery holds up her book and goes,
Nah.
"This is mine."
That's okay. can I try to make one or like sew the symbol onto the acolyte clothes? So I'm trying to match him. I want to make it look like we're a pair, basically.
Why don't you just pretend you're an initiate who hasn't gotten that far yet?
To not have a what kind of initiate doesn't even have a symbol sewn into their clothes? It's nice, but like
Doesn't have a light shining through.
May not have been given one. Yeah.
okay, so it's not unreasonable.
It's not unreasonable.
So I have blinded myself for the goddess, so they won't give me a symbol.
Yeah.
As part of disguise self, can I like make my eyes cloudy as well?
Sure.
Actually, I can do that with thaumaturgy anyway.
Okay.
So
All right.
good. I'm golden if they try to check me.
You head to the Baron's estate, and you
I
are
give you the wand.
first.
Magic.
Each of you are frisked for weapons and everything else. The first thing they do. What do you have on you? What have you brought with you?
Before we get, if I see that there's people at the gate, I'm going to cast invisibility on him.
Okay. Her, right?
Sorry. Yes.
Sakura. Okay.
I brought my one customary dagger that looks a little bit nicer, but it's not too much. And then I'm gonna I'll at least put on my leather under my nice clothes.
Okay.
That's all I got on me.
Okay. I'm assuming Archon, kilt, axe. You full armor and such.
Yeah.
Okay. And Sakura.
I'm invisible, but I'm just in case that fails for whatever reason. I'm just wearing what I would wear to a meeting of this type, with an empty backpack that just has one scroll in it.
Okay. And Winter, what are you carrying?
Only my loot.
Very good.
Oh yeah.
College of Creation.
My loot too.
Gotcha. Okay.
I appreciate you didn't ask the little stupid wizard what she was carrying.
What are you carrying?
I think just my spell book. But actually, I just realized I
Wait,
could
the
use
Awakened spellbook? Hello.
that I don't know how that works because technically I don't know if she's aware it's awakened until later levels.
Okay.
But I do use my quill to try to draw a wizard symbol of Alanor on it to make it look like a prayer book.
Okay.
Because with the quill I could erase it later.
Gotcha. Okay. Give me a performance check.
Oh God. A 17.
17? Yeah, you draw a passable one.
And then if anyone tries to open it and look at it, I can use prestidigitation to make it look like it's a prayer booklet. I assume.
Okay.
So did they take my dagger?
No.
Take her
Although I would have liked
they
to
do
have seen a book, who
inspect
knows?
and make you peace bonded. And for Archon, that you're first asked to keep your axe at the guardhouse. And when you grunt, they look at you and they look at you.
I was attacked and almost assassinated, so I need him to be prepared just in case.
Just a moment. Goes back in the house. Sends Run to the house. Runner comes back. My apologies. He will be permitted to come in. Thank you. Okay. You are warned, however, that if you pull it out without cause, you're dead. Dead where you stand.
By the guards that were supposed to work the
I
very
think
last
that's
time.
probably I'm making myself.
Yeah.
I'm worried.
Can't try to match.
Okay.
By the way, I think I'm gonna look like a brass dragonborn, so I match him.
Okay.
I should need to mark myself off.
His twin sister.
I'm just trying to figure out what the question thing is left. If there's two blind acolytes that are both brass dragons, maybe I'll answer the question. Whatever. You're a holy man.
The point is, you guys. No, go ahead.
I'm sorry. This is on D&D Beyond and Wyvern Poison. It says that you read that from the.
That's from the Poisoner's Kit.
Oh, okay. This says it's good until delivered or washed off.
Okay, so it's one time. It's a one shot.
Yeah, well, you use it to coat your weapon or your ammunition for those different, the one or the three, and that it remains potent until delivered through a wound or washed off.
Never fight in the rain.
Probably varies depending on
So
which
I don't know.
grade of
Yeah,
poison you're using.
Whichever your gods. Curious of which.
I will say then. I'll say then it's if that's the case because I'm reading the basic one out of the player's handbook.
Okay.
I would say we'll use that then.
Okay.
So it says that so it's until used or washed off.
Until washed off or delivered through a wound.
Very good.
They've probably done some changes for Tasha since they got the poisoner.
I wasn't trying to.
feed.
No.
I
That's
wanted
fine.
to see like damage and all that type of
No,
stuff.
you're good.
And then this is what it's talking about under the injury section.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys go in, and is that? Did you have that coded on your?
No.
Bags?
I've got the vial in my kilt underneath
Give me a sleight of hand check.
my secret pocket.
They gotta palm you good.
Oh yeah.
Just really get up in
And
there.
I gotta get it way up in there. Roll natural 14 plus. So, plus 16.
16. Okay, they don't seem to find it.
And they probably don't want to check too hard.
Well, there's 2 vials under my kilt.
Okay, so
Nice.
they do ask you to lay your weapons out, on a table, and a looks like a very scholar-looking man in robes comes over, and he waves his hand over them, looks them over, waves it, and goes, "They're clean," and walks off. Okay. Okay. You guys are led inside the main doors. Immediately, you see this pedestal. Looks really friggin' familiar, except it's glowing red. And you are greeted by the Baron and the non-Baron.
And the non-Baron.
And the non-Baron.
So can you describe the non-Baron now? Because I know the Baron is
Very, very handsome-looking man. Very lithe, male. Yes.
Got a
And
question real quick.
yeah.
Did my familiar need to sneak in? I think it's a spider at this point. Or did I hide it in someone's clothes? I need to worry about getting it through security.
I thought you had it on him.
Yeah.
Well, it wouldn't have gone invisible with him.
Yeah, anything he's carrying.
Oh, well then, in that case, then yeah, I'll have you hold it, and then it'll separate from you eventually.
Okay. So, my dear Ingrates, I have heard so much about you. And you see the non-Baron bow. Very attractive young man, very lithe. He's got a very dangerous look about him. He goes, "Quite those horrible, horrible thing. I greatly appreciate your stopping that dreadful assassination attempt on me. Of course, House Targana completely denies any involvement. But who knows?"
Indeed, who knows? And quite honestly, I would do it for you another time if you ever asked me to. I promise you that, my good friend.
Oh, interesting. Well, over to my office, please. And he waves himself to the left in the south side of the building, and you see an open door there, a sliding door.
Yes.
He goes, "Your people are more than welcome to stay out here as we speak, and they can entertain they will be entertained by my wonderful nephew, and as we discuss business."
Do you mind if I keep my big fellow here with you? Ever since the incident, you can understand my little bit of hesitation. If you want to bring your own guard in too, that's fine. Unless there's some discussions that need to be held without other ears.
I prefer that these negotiations and discussions be private. So, unless you trust this man with your life.
I think you'll be fine. I think we can have our discussions in peace.
He calls over his captain of the guard and calls him over and says, "Just so there's not any misunderstanding." He comes over, and the captain of the guard posts himself right by the inside of the door, and he points to this large mahogany desk, and "Please have a seat." He sits himself on the other side. The non-Baron begins talking to you all. He seems like a rather boastful guy. He talks about his fighting prowess and that he's excited for the upcoming ball, though he won't say why. He just seems very expectant. And he does ask you about the Winter. He asks you about your 2 blind companions and what they're all about.
So wait, he stayed outside with us?
Yes, he's entertaining you guys.
Oh, okay.
you have to say?
What do you have to say? What's with the blind companions?
If I may, I can hear just fine. I can answer your questions if you need.
Oh, please do.
And come up with a name here real quick. I should have come up.
check.
I would have come up with one first, to be honest.
Okay.
But my name is Rain. How about that?
Deception check.
Yes, we can.
That 20?
Wow.
Oh,
That's
my
amazing.
original name I wanted for my character was actually Title.
Gotta go with the water themes.
Yeah, he actually starts hitting on you and asks if your goddess requires a vow of chastity. So, a vow of celibacy.
Well, it is not required. It is oftentimes recommended. As I am still new to the order, I have not taken such a vow yet.
Oh, really? And I mean, he is laying it on thick. Pause. Idris. Lead the conversation.
So, I understand we wish to discuss some business. What would you like to discuss?
Yes, I'm, like as I mentioned before, making a merchant. I've been making a name for myself for running a Mariners Merchant Security Guild, working along the lines of ensuring property as well as valuables and people in a certain value are moved along certain routes in certain manners.
Yes.
And I have been making my way out from the west coast of the kingdom to the heart of the city. And I've been wishing to make business deals with those in power and with those who have a need for my organizational skill set services.
What kind of merchandise do you move?
So the most recent I can talk about is the movement of large amounts of people for the means of labor and other services. I've also been known to move large amounts of valuable metals and such to the rightful owners and so forth. But through
And
legitimate
the
means.
labor that you discussed, is that labor costly?
Depends on the ones that make it, if you know what I'm saying.
I think we do each other well. Yes, I think we could definitely do business together. When's the next time that you could supply said merchandise?
Well, I just actually have some merchandise in the West Coast waiting for word. I've been expecting to make a deal here, and I was willing to come in with, as they say, with the smorgasbord prepared.
Well then, that would be very, very profitable, I think, for both of us. However, any business dealings that we have would have to wait until the fall next week.
May I inquire why?
Joining of my house with House Targana, of course.
Oh, the non-baron over there.
Yes, he is expected to be named joint heir to both mine and House Targana, them lacking an heir, of course.
Yes, I've been hearing about that quite a lot recently. I understand there was a party that was unfortunately brought to an end early, and it was unfortunate, my understanding, but that is what the next celebration for is, and it's going to be here, you say?
Oh no, absolutely not. Not after that fiasco. The king has insisted that celebration happen in his own court.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, that'd be even more spectacular. I don't suppose there's any idea of getting other partners involved with the shipping. They mostly I just need to know routes and things like that ahead of time, so I can send word for them to get there. Do you have any place particular you need them sent to meet now?
Yes. Send them. There's a. We're not going to call it a port, but let's call it a place south of Statin. Statin. You know, it's a town far east of Mobile. That's that town east of Forest. If you peek your head around real quick at the map. That's Statine. So he's suggesting that if you have something out this way, that you bring it out this way, south Statine.
Okay.
And he tells you that he actually has people there that can receive cargo of all kinds, and to avoid nasty things like tariffs and taxes.
Excellent. And then I provide the services of my own guard, so I would also need to send word of where my guards will need to be going with the cargo as well to ensure that the safety is done. On top of any other safety that you wish to have.
So that same location should be fine. It's a hidden location. It's a hidden cove south of Statine. I can have relevant documents and navigational charts given to you and forwarded to you.
Okay. Where exactly they'll be going.
Correct.
Okay. Well, I think this is productive, and I offer a handshake to him. See if he wishes to take it.
Absolutely.
I don't suppose I could also find myself invited to this happy chance for your heir appearance.
Oh, absolutely. I would love to have you come. He looks around and says and writes out a quick letter, and using his baron crest on his signet ring, he actually puts in his signature in there, and this will gain you access for you and your retinue.
To the party?
Yes. I don't suppose you are a fan of gladiatorial entertainments, are you?
Oh.
Give me a quick history check.
Oh, God. Okay. That's going to be a fast. You said history?
Yeah.
Fat 22.
Gladiatorial fights are illegal in India.
They're legal and dear. That means I am endeared to them. And I love watching them. They honestly just bring me such joy getting to see the little ones fight each other. Hopefully for the sake of getting on in life better. Right?
Come back this evening.
Okay.
Around 10 o'clock?
I suppose I can also...
Oh, by the way. Wisdom save, wisdom save, wisdom save, wisdom save, wisdom save!
Did you point to me?
No, I most certainly did
Okay.
not. Yes.
It doesn't see me, right? So
Since I know and understand exactly what's causing this, can I have advantage on this?
You can.
Is there something you're not sharing with us? Because I'm real concerned here.
Yeah.
So it's this dice, correct?
Yeah. Okay. 16.
I thought he was immune to them now.
Very, very
Said that.
I thought there was. I may have been wrong about that. I thought there was some conversation where he passed it on saves.
I just made 2 saves. That's all.
Okay, I may be misremembering something.
Okay, what'd you get, Winter?
That's a 9.
Oof. Big oof.
If you got less than a 18, you have no idea who Dastria is.
So he's holding on to somebody who he doesn't
Just
know.
an acolyte of Valinora.
Cool.
Now what? Now,
So who passed? Out of curiosity.
yeah.
Just you. Okay. This is fun.
So what are you looking for and where?
I just want to point out too, it's post 9:30 now. So
It is. I just need to know where you are going.
Oh.
I have no idea. I guess wherever she told me would be important places I should go on that.
The office. These two, you see Idris and the Baron come out of the office. The door is left open. Archon and the guard, captain of the guard, comes out as well.
Well, I would have also said the Knob Aaron's room where he is. Well, I figure it out, man.
Here's a question too. So if she would have told me that stuff, and I no longer remember who she is, or I remember
We
those
wrote
questions
these
I
instructions
need to-
down. We wrote
'Cause
these
you
instructions
can totally
down.
see them.
Damn it. Damn it.
Okay, so what are you doing? You're looking for information on the Baron, something preferably marked evil plan.
Thanks. You're not gonna let me live that down, are you?
Nope.
You're on. Paraphrasing.
Nope, don't forget, you get advantage on stealth checks.
Too bad we didn't catch a monologue.
No, if only I could have just let him on there. He would talk to himself for a long time.
You made the deal too quick. You have to
First
figure
off,
it
I need a
out.
stealth check, and second, I need a perception check.
Oh god.
Stealth check is with advantage.
This is now. I'm not looking through my familiar's eyes or anything, but that doesn't grant him some kind of. No, okay, thought I'd try.
21 on this, though.
Perfect, you're good.
I had a question.
What was the other one?
This wisdom save, is it about being charmed or something like that?
Yes,
So I have advantage against being charmed.
not this.
Okay.
Also, while I'm talking to the Nalbearer, do I notice him lapse in attention when all the other guys lapse in attention?
Yes.
Damn it. Okay, so he forgets who I am.
Check.
Huh?
He forgets me. Starts flirting with him instead.
No, she starts talking to somebody else.
Okay.
What was the other check other than stealth?
Perception.
Also 21. No, 20.
20. You sneak into the Baron's office when everybody steps out, and you see the desk is unlocked, and you start quietly rifling through, and you see several letters indicating some off-site holding, and that you see a letter saying that one has escaped, and it's dated about 5 months ago. Or I'm sorry, 4 months ago.
No? It's probably his sister. Why would it be me?
Did it give up the name of the site where it came from?
For a location.
It just says the off-site holding.
Anything else in the desk?
Various things. You find a hidden compartment that contains a dagger.
Anything special about it there?
Not that you can tell.
Wand.
Ping. It's magical.
Anything else in this room radiating? Watch it be a sentient dagger and just start screaming when I pick it up.
Well, I mean, can you tell what kind of magic it is?
You do see a panel on the side of the desk that's radiating magic. On the inside,
Idris's
the inside
face.
part of the desk.
Panel itself or something inside?
Just up the panel.
What type of magic?
Abjuration.
In there. Does that look like something I could reach by removing the drawers from this side, or
I'm
what?
sorry, not abjuration. Illusion. I'm sorry. Illusion.
Oh. Probably just stick your hand through it. Probably a false wall. Maybe. Hopefully.
Tip of the dagger through.
Go straight through.
Start feeling around in there.
Come out with a scroll. It's a map that says off-site storage location.
Finally! Something!
Based on where it's showing, it's south of the city of Stettin.
I put dagger and scroll into the backpack.
Okay.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Nothing
Oh.
else in the room.
Not that you can tell. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, the windows have abjuration magic on them. Okay. Protected magic.
Okay.
Does he have any bookshelves with any
Yes,
interesting
there's-
books on them?
not that you can see interesting, but we're going to leave it for there.
Sounds good.
Thank you all for joining us again this week for the Inglorious Ingrates. We hope you join us again next week. Take it easy.
Oh my god.
Bye.
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 Don't